Welcome to another episode of Musically Zone Talks Boxing. This episode comes to you by way of HW Wick's handcrafted candles. Their motto is relax and enjoy. Also by the Block Fam, which started on Marlowe's Corner. We just keeping it going. And if you know somebody that's looking for some music, that knows somebody that's looking for some music, tell them to hit us up and we'll hook them up with the track titles. That's where we get our music from. Now, if you like fantasy boxing prediction leagues, Champ Ross's Fantasy Boxing Prediction League can be for you. Why? Because it's been around. It has the longevity. It has been proven. And it has prizes. First, second, and third place. Cheddar. That means you get a little cash for going ahead and spending some time over there at Champ Ross's Fantasy Boxing League if you can handle the pressure. Now, if you can call the fight by first, second, third, fourth, whatever round, knockout, split decision, or the dreaded draw, Champ Ross's Fantasy Prediction Boxing League is for you. And we also got to make mention to Moody Trayweather Sports Channel, also on YouTube. He's doing some trivia, he gives you some questions, and he's kind enough to give you the answers. But that last one, yeah, you better be thinking. You better know what's going on. You better have yourself together. Now, he's going to open the doors up and have a full trivia blast off, but it's going to be testing the knowledge to see if you've been showing up. That's right, to see if you've been showing up, or are you just trying to show up and get something when it's time to do the little old trivia blast off. So if you like having fun in fantasy boxing leagues or doing some trivia, go ahead and check out Champ Ross's Fantasy Boxing League and Moody Trayweather Sports Channel. Both on YouTube. You can find them with no problem. And when you do find them, let them know that MZ sent you. Now, y'all know how we do. We got that out the way. We sit back, we get jamming a little bit, and we start the show. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, we starting off right, bright and early. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going down? It's your host, MZ, Musically Zone, Mr. 1326, always spitting sick. And right out the rip, I got my brother, boom. What is that? Bop, bop, bam. What's up, DeCane?
What's up, my people? What's going on?
With the show is dope. Wow. What's going on? How's it going?
It's been a couple of days. It's going, my brother.
First of all, I got since you came in on such a high note, I got to start off by asking this question. What in the world was going down? Who decided to let Orlando Brown and Ray J? Who signed that contract? Who signed?
Oh no, I saw that little press conference a long time ago. Did they fight?
Yeah, they fought.
Oh, okay. Horrible. Yeah, I heard. Oh, wasn't it on the Claressa Shields them card?
Yes, it was horrible. That was.
Yeah, I ain't watched that bullshit, man.
Bruh.
I forgot about the damn fight.
All that noise, Orlando Brown be talking a lot of noise, running people hot. We already know Ray J couldn't fight, but I was like, Orlando Brown might go out there and do some to old Ray J. Boy, that boy looked ridiculous.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect nothing less.
Well,
nothing more, as it were.
You could put it either. Well, you couldn't have expected less than what he put out there. It was almost impossible to expect less than what he put out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm being 100%.
Say the performance was in the toilet, huh?
It was, when they call it a P-trap, the little curved part in the pipe. It was stuck right there. It was stuck right there, just there.
Damn, bro.
It was terrible. I've never seen anything like that. I've seen babies have better stance and better head. I've seen babies stand in better fight poses than what that man went out there with the other night. It was crazy.
Wow. Damn.
It was crazy.
So it just looked like a little street brawl.
No, it didn't even look like that. It
It
didn't
didn't
even
even
look
look
like a
that
street
good.
brawl. It looked
Okay.
like what's it? It looked like two kids play fighting.
Mm.
That's what it looked like.
And I know that's what's crazy to me. Like you had these guys, man, who talk a lot of shit to other grown men, and then you see them in a fight, and it's like, bruh, like why would you even expose yourself like
Exactly.
like you
Why would you
signed
do
up
that?
to show everybody that you ain't got no hands? Like,
Zero
damn,
hands. Negative. He have like negative 10.
man,
If
it's
you
all
seen that
bad.
movie when Jim Carrey had the split personality, and
Um,
I think he got the three black sons.
okay, yeah, I didn't see that.
It's a part on there where he's talking about, he's shadow boxing or whatever, getting ready to fight or whatever. But Orlando Brown, if you look at Orlando Brown and you watch Jim Carrey, I mean, they look like they were doing the same stuff.
Damn.
Throwing his hands up over his head and coming forward and leaning side to side. Horrible. No form on his
Yes, man.
punches, anything.
Damn.
Embarrassing to watch.
That's all bad, bro.
I can't even say it was entertaining. Well,
Cause
I
you
can't
know
say
what
it was
come to mind is with that time when Ray J called into the Breakfast Club and was talking all kind of shit to Fabulous.
what? No, I didn't catch that. I do remember him saying something.
Yeah, but you know
I
he
remember him
talking
threatening.
real. Just
Go ahead. He was talking what?
not just for him to be talking so reckless to other grown men, and then you say he got up there looking like worse than a baby.
Boy,
It's all bad.
Orlando Brown, man, out of shape, horribly out of shape. I seen grandpas look better than them. Grandmas look better than them.
Grandpas be having hands though.
But they didn't. They don't. They do not have hands. From now on, if anybody see Orlando Brown and Ray J talking noise, they should hurry up and click on their video and tell them stop it, because you know you can't.
All right.
Just don't do that.
We see you fight, bro. Like you.
No, we seen you attempt to fight. And
Right.
Ray J, the one time that you actually call yourself going hard in the paint, you got knocked out.
Yeah.
So I didn't think he would get back in the ring, but I guess he felt like Orlando would be an easier task. Bro, I'm just leave it alone because it was just that bad. It was just that bad. But Claressa, in her defense of that little faux pas, I guess she said we had to have some comedy relief on the card, and that's
Man, Claressa Shields, she actually moving like in a good little way to build the notoriety that she wants and stuff. Like, she always wanted to be recognized for all the stuff that she did in the sport.
Right.
Now, a lot of the notoriety that she getting is not actually coming from the sport, but it's coming because of other stuff that she doing, like people starting to really know her name, so it's building star power. So, I mean, that's actually kind of smart on her part because she ain't got the Jake Paul cosign and stuff like that. So,
right, it don't really seem
it's
like
bringing attention her way. So that's
she
good,
pulling
man.
it out the
I
mud.
ain't even mad at
If
it.
you gotta say it, she pulling it up out the mud. Regardless of
Yeah.
how a lot of people want to look at her and down her and everything, she's staying true to herself. From what I can see, she's doing it her way. You got to give her that she's doing it her way, and she's pretty much climbing up the ladder the way she wants to. She has the accomplishments and the accolades to go with her name already.
Yeah, for sure.
She kicking butt. She been kicking butt. Can't nobody deny that.
Definitely doing that.
So if she just keep it up, she keep doing what she doing. I think she got a couple of girls under. She got a promotional company going, and things of that. So I give her good checks all the way across the board. Whether she got her haters. She got her haters. Eric Arden slid into the building. Salute, fam. But first thing I'm gonna ask about, because her fight is the fight that I really want to see the most. That girl Thibault and what's her name? My girl the girl that's racist. You call me horseface, that's racist. Michaela. The names that I'm looking for her to get ready to step up to have how can I put it? Those are the two names that I'm looking for her to step into the ring with. Either Michaela, because Michaela is at what, 154 right now? But she said she could make 160. Danielle Perkins missed weight because I think she was supposed to fight on that card as well. I think she missed weight by 3 or 4 pounds. How you miss weight and you fighting at a big weight? Don't know. But I'm gonna start off by saying Jamel Charlo said that he want to fight, that he's supposed to be fighting Tszyu next. Said talk to Al Heyman, or he talked to it. Yeah, I think he said, did he say Al or did he say he talked to his promoter? Either way, he said he's supposed to be up next to fight Tszyu. You think he's been out for a minute? Tim got his win over Earl, convincingly. Yeah, Michaela Mayer, Eric R. He got his win over Earl convincingly. I'm sitting like, it's like a cloud of smoke, really. I don't know, what is Jamel gonna bring? What would he bring? Will he bring that same veracity and determination, that attitude to the ring against Tszyu? Can he stop Tszyu? I guess that's the biggest question, because he said he's gonna do what Earl couldn't do. I don't know if that means he's gonna beat Tim or he's gonna knock Tim out. But being out of the ring as long as he have, and then seeing how his brother ended up just, some kind of way they just screwed him out of his chance by not allowing him to even get a chance to go over there to fight. I don't know. I think it's a tall order for Jamel to go out there and beat Tszyu. Especially if you're just gonna come straight into it and just say, hey, we're going straight to Tszyu. Do I think he can beat Tim? Yeah, I think he could beat him, but shoot, we have to see what kind of work ethic he still got. Does he still have that hunger? Does he still have that drive and force inside of him that he wants to go in there and be able to handle his business against Tim? I don't know. It's a lot of questions that need to be asked. He's been missing out of the ring for a good while too. He's been removed for a good minute to just say that you can go out there and beat somebody who's pretty much been active. Especially, it depends on how long it takes for them to get the fight. If I was Tim's team, I would try to get the fight made as quick as possible. I would try to get that.
Hey, am I back?
Huh?
Am I back?
Yeah, you back.
Okay, yeah, I had my phone in his bag. I guess I don't know, it shifted or the screen moved off, whatever. But anyway, you were saying Danielle Perkins missed weight?
Yeah,
she heavyweight.
I thought she was a light heavyweight.
Yeah, heavy.
I thought she was a light heavyweight, 175 pounder.
I thought she was a heavyweight. Well, anyway, I didn't hear about that, but
Brian Custer, the one that brought it to my attention. He was like, on his last stand show, he mentioned her missing weight.
Hold on, The Last Stand with Brian Custer.
That's the one. That's the one. He said that she missed weight, but
damn, okay, did not know that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, did he talk to Claressa?
Yes, he interviewed Claressa. He if I'm tripping, yeah, he interviewed Claressa on The Last Dance.
Okay. I saw her on the Shannon Sharp nightcap.
I was just about to say on nightcap. Yeah, I didn't get the chance to catch that. You said that she called out Tam Tebow First on there?
Yeah, when he asked who she wanted to fight, he mentioned her. She mentioned her first. I was like,
That's what I'm
okay, that's a
talking
good
about.
sign.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. So can't
She said
nobody
she
try.
trying to get back out either in December or January again to fight. So if she can't get, Michaela and them or whatever, she hoping she can get she both.
I think that'd be a good fight. This boy Eric R say salute to all my H-faced women out there. Wow, you wrong.
My horse
You
face one.
wrong. He wrong. He wrong for that.
I don't think Michaela got nothing for Claressa though, man.
You know,
She a good fighter, don't get me
she a good
wrong,
fighter,
but
but
Claressa.
Clarissa is starting to really, really come into her own. You know,
I
she
think
still
she's more of a thinking fighter
who Michaela.
than Claressa is used to fighting. So that might make it interesting.
You know what? I think it'd be good for like maybe probably the first 4 rounds, and then I think Clarissa end up. What the hell is happening here?
I mean, Michaela done fought some sluggers, man. She fought damn uh, Amadouche. I mean, I know Clarissa like to go in there and go to war, but see, Michaela done seen that before. She just ain't been. I don't know if she been hit by somebody like Clarissa hitting now though.
Yeah, she do. I will give her that. She does seem like she's starting to sit on her punches.
Yeah,
She is
cause
starting to
like
sit on her
with this
punches.
opponent, say what you want about this last opponent, but that stoppage was good for the highlight reels, and
Oh my
she got a lot
goodness.
of people paying attention to her, and like just didn't really understand the criticism of this fight. People's like, oh, she 42, blah blah blah, but she got a belt in that weight class. If
Not
you
up
got a
there. She
belt in the
had
weight
two
class,
belts, didn't she?
yeah, I don't give a fuck if you 95. If you got a belt in my weight class, I gotta knock your old ass out.
Not to mention, I'm coming down in weight to face you.
Yeah.
You know, she came down in weight to face. Oh, hold on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. For those who don't know, let me call our brother Hyphy that stepped into the building. We're gonna give him a round of applause. Mr. Hyphy is in the building. He usually brings us the hard
You can't hear
questions.
the applause, my brother.
Oh, you can't hear the applause? Hold up, what?
No.
Oh, shoot. I see why you can't hear the applause. That's my fault. Ladies and gentlemen, let me bag it up because the king was supposed to get his applause too. I messed all
Yeah, I
that up.
ain't get my applause.
Yeah, let
Wow.
me fix that. Let me fix that right now. Just give me
Yeah,
a
run
hot
me my
second.
applause, my nigga.
Yeah,
No.
man. Let me go ahead and get it together for you. That's my bad totally. Y'all know we gotta do this right. We can't disrespect. Can't be disrespecting the family like that. So let me wait. I'm gonna take you out and bring you back in. Let me take y'all out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the show. We got my brother Bop Bop Bam, aka Decane, is in the building. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're far too kind. You're far too kind.
Okay, and also joining the show, we got our brother Hyphy, the man that asked the wait, Hyphy disappeared on me. The man that, well, I was gonna say the man that asked the
Look
hard
at that. That
questions.
nigga don't need no applause.
What? Oh, we gotta give him the applause, man. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, he's back. The man with the hard questions. Give it up for Hyphy. Hyphy tried. Don't laugh at him. Don't laugh at him. What's up, Hyphy? What's going down?
Nah, don't switch up now. Hey, you niggas never want to talk about.
How you
You
gonna
niggas
come
never
in?
want to talk about the hard. Nah, I'm here now. You niggas never want to talk about the fights that the people really want to see. Hey, you niggas is some busters. Cause why y'all trying to act like y'all didn't see Hannah Gabriel's on Mill City Boxing and she called out your fighter? Nigga, she said she would knock out Claressa Shields. You niggas don't ever want to talk about them fights.
You know what, Decane?
Don't nobody want to talk about her drug treatment there.
Nigga, Mill City did, and his channel, yeah, that nigga had a whole bunch of people up in there viewing. Everybody wanted to see that fight. Even Claressa said, nigga, that's the fight she was gonna have. So stop lying. That is a fight that people want to see. Nobody want to see Claressa keep fighting these creative players from NBA 2K. Y'all niggas need to fight the real fights that matter. Go fight Hannah Gabriels.
Well, hold on. Where was all this smoke when
Hannah
she was?
Gabriel's been ducking smoke.
Say it again, man.
Testing positive. Tell her to test negative and we'll think about it.
Nah, nigga, she already got that cleared up. Nigga, she the only one that didn't tested positive for anything that got it cleared up. Nigga, that was a medication for a dog, and she got that.
Wait, what medication for
up.
a dog? I hope it was
nigga,
a cream
topical for a dog. Nigga, she got that cleared up. So like I said, she don't got no type of strike against her. Unlike them fighters that y'all be supporting, them snack fighters y'all be liking. Nigga, she don't got none of that on her name. So y'all niggas need to fight Hannah Gabriels.
But why she out here taking bitch medicine?
Why y'all not fighting Hannah Gabriels?
No, that's
stop
a
fighting
good
creative
question.
players.
Yeah,
She taking bitch medication.
Stop fighting creative WNBA players from WNBA 2K and fight Hannah Gabriels.
Now you're gonna come in.
I think the dog medication got to be explained.
Yeah, we got to get it. You know, she got to be clean when she go into the ring. You can't run into the ring. Well, let me put it like this. You got
dog medicine in your system. You ain't accidentally ingesting no dog medicine.
Yeah, how did you get that in her? How did she get that in her system?
Nigga, what's up with that fade?
Well, if I remember correctly, they did have a fade before, and Claressa walked away victoriously.
Nigga, that's not what the people said.
That's what the judges said. That is what the judges said. We know that Claressa got knocked down. You know, she got up and did her job. And
went on. Her jaw broke.
She what? Got her jaw broke.
Yeah, she got socked in her jaw. Got put on her ass. Socked on her jaw. Yeah.
That's okay. She got put down. She got up and won the fight. Explain, you know,
not get her jaw broke.
What about that?
Hey, she must have not won so clear. If Claressa signed up for a rematch, she said, I need to go and avenge my controversial fights. Nigga, so she said, oh, I got to catch that rematch fade. And it never happened. Nigga,
well, you just said that she signed for it. And then, you know, my brother DeCane just said that she popped dirty. So whose fault was it that the rematch didn't take place?
We put the pressure on her, not y'all, nigga. We said, hey, you got to go get that because she almost knocked you out. So you got to go get that fade again, nigga. So like I said, that's a fight that y'all need to be fighting. Stop fighting these creative players. Go fight Hannah Gabriels.
Oh, so you trying to say that the lady she just fought is a creative player who was holding two belts, had been winning up until the point that it was time for her to get in the ring with Claressa? Danielle Perkins, who had been whooping up on people until she got in the ring with Claressa. Name somebody that hadn't been whooping people that got in the ring with Claressa and then lost. She's been fighting everything that's been put in front of her. Hannah Gabriel, if you really want to speak about it, is kind of an afterthought. You know, yeah, she kind of an afterthought.
Hey, nigga, all the people you named, don't nobody know who they is. Them is CrossFit members at a gym. That's
the only name that you probably want to scream and you can't scream is Alicia Baumgardner, who is too light in the ass. She won't even fight Caroline Dubois. She making excuses. She making excuses to not fight Caroline Dubois. Ain't nobody trying to hear about this old negative, the unconfrontational people that you trying to bring to the ring against the GOAT. Y'all gonna have to stop. You know, it's getting to the point. I like the way it's going. I want people to keep hating on Claressa the way they doing. Keep on being negative. That way, you got people that's paying to see her lose. You got people that's paying to see her win. Pretty soon, she'll be having money coming in from both sides, just the way a fighter likes it. That is to me the pinnacle of what a fighter wants. They want the people that's going to hate them, and they want the people that's going to love them, and they want them all to come to the arenas and all to sign up on the pay-per-views or whatever it is to watch them either lose or win. And once Claressa wins, like she did again, with a beautiful stoppage, because she had old girl stumbling around. Old girl stumbled back and fell in between the ropes. I felt like it was a pretty decent stoppage. They was throwing towels in, baby diapers, baby wipes, toilet tissue. I seen all kind of white stuff flying into the ring.
One motherfucker said they threw in the whole Martha Stewart collection.
Oh wow! What you got to say to that, Hype?
Hey, you talking about money coming in? She about to have money going out about that lawsuit. Yeah, nigga, don't forget about that.
What lawsuit with Baumgardner?
Yeah, at least
you know what? Claressa says she ain't worried about it. She ain't worried about it. She not worried about it. But what I can say is the Quota's handling her business. She is the best female fighter that is fighting right now. Up until this present time, undefeated, more championships than anybody. Still able to, the only one that can brag that got 2 gold medals. Huh?
That's not what Katie Taylor said.
Well, we don't take nothing away from Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor is a champion. You know, she's been whooping ass for a minute. But Katie Taylor ain't
Let's
trying
be
to
real though.
Katie Taylor
don't talk shit. Katie Taylor's fans talk shit for her. Katie Taylor not a shit talking person.
Tell him again, man. I appreciate that. Let me know what it is. Because right now it's just
she don't ever talk shit.
It's just crazy to think that so many people are going against Claressa. They jumped on the bandwagon trying to make something out of nothing with the rapper Remy Ma, trying to make something out of that, which is nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing at all. So Remy messed up with her dude, you know, which I can't understand. People just all on Claressa talking about how she broke up something. Remy got caught, from what I understand, messing around, cheating. She what she got is what she got.
Easy the block captain.
Exactly.
Anyway, have you seen that Alicia Baumgartner and somebody else is gonna be in Remy Ma new video? Oh yeah, and Amanda Serrano hating on Claressa like a diss track.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you got to do something when you know you can't put hands on her, you can't beat her in the ring. I guess the next best thing to do is, you know, say you can out rap her or try to out jazz her in a video. What is that going to do?
Well, you know, Claressa, she always got to steal niggas. You know, she didn't come from the shoulders with that slap. She had to steal her. You know, we were just talking about how we don't respect that, but that's what Claressa do.
But did she get slapped back though?
What you mean? She stole her.
You know what he means.
Did she get slapped back?
At a professional event. That's why you didn't get no goddamn credentials to it, because it's a professional event. You wouldn't know about that type of stuff, nigga. And after she left that event, she went to that, after that slap, nigga, she went and did a photo shoot. You name one nigga that you didn't ever cut a fade with, and after y'all didn't caught a fade, he went and did a photo shoot. That'll never happen. So that's
I wouldn't call getting a little water slapped out your mouth truly a fade. You know, they could have put, you know, she did a photo shoot. They put a little what they call it, some base on her face, so you wouldn't see the 5 fingers that slapped across it.
Nigga, she went and had a good time, went to the club and everything after that.
She had a good time, all right, except for when the people were saying, why you ain't do nothing back when she slapped you? Why you just stand there and look? You didn't even look like you was trying to get at it when you got slapped. You know what I'm saying? You took that slap and kind of looked like you were shocked, like, she slapped me. And you didn't look like you was trying to get at her. I keep saying that's a pit bull against a poodle. And the best thing you can do is just run around and try to say you cuter than her and all this kind of stuff, which don't mean anything. Yeah. It don't equal up to nothing.
Hannah Gabriel's cuter than her. So what's up with that fade?
I'm telling you, if Claressa, this is what I believe. If Claressa and Hannah Gabriel get into another fight, if they have a rematch, I think Claressa gonna run through her. I don't think it'll be like the very first fight. I actually think Claressa will run through her because Claressa has evolved pretty much, and she's found a way to sit down on her punches, and she'll mess around and return the favor and put Hannah on her butt. I truly believe that she would drop Hannah Gabriel if they fought again.
Hannah Gabriel to be out there backpedaling the whole fight if they fight again.
You think so? You can only backpedal for so long, mess around and get caught up on the ropes just one time. Just one time, it's all it takes. I think Claressa messed around and catch it. She surprised the hell out of me with that hook, man.
If you look at the second half of the fight, or the second, I don't know, the last 8 rounds of the fight, after she got dropped, she had Gabriel's backing up the whole fight.
What you got to say about that, Hyphy? Why was Hannah bagging up through the whole fight?
Nigga, she said send that contract.
No, she was bagging up. She was trying to figure out a way to get to an exit gate.
You niggas never, y'all say everything except let's fight Hannah Gabriel. What's up with that contract though?
Really? Let me ask you, when has the last time Hannah Gabriel been in the ring?
Nigga, she ready right now. She'll get in the ring right now.
When is
Nobody
the last,
know.
say it again, Kane. Nobody knows when the last time she's been in the ring. Not right off the top. I think right now what it is, the young ladies that's gonna talk noise is talking noise. They connected their name to Claressa. They know a lot of people want to talk down on Claressa because they like Remy Ma and they mad about the Papoose situation, and they're trying to figure out any way and any reason to just dig at Claressa. But for the simple fact of it being, every time she steps into the ring, she proves them all wrong. Now, she might not get the knockouts just all of a sudden, all of a sudden we've been seeing a couple of knockouts. But the fact is, she going out here, she not whooping these girls in no split decisions or no majority decisions. She's whooping these girls, what's the word I'm looking for? Unanimously. Every judge is saying that she's whooping these girls every time they go out there and fight. I bet if the referee was to vote, he or she would say, Claressa whooping those girls too. You can't get over it. You can't get around it. Only thing you're gonna be able to do is go through it. And the only person, if I had to give some kind of prop and say I think would be a fight that people would have to gather around the ring, gather around the TV to watch, would be Claressa against Tam Tebow. I think that is the best person for the Claressa detractors to hang their hat on is Tam Tebow.
Well, Michaela Mayer calling for that fade too. So what's up with that one?
Well, like Claressa said, that's her Olympic sister, but she can get that smoke too. She didn't turn it down. You heard her say she can get that smoke. She actually went through a little list and said, y'all gonna be sorry that I said that those girls that's littler than me can fight, the girls that's bigger than me can fight, because you sound like y'all done got her in a position where she gonna go up and down 160. I think she said 160 is the best she's gonna be going down. Now she 154 and 147 is pretty much out of the realm. So anybody talking about fading right now, and I heard Michaela say, and I like Michaela. I heard Michaela say she'll go up to 160 and catch that fade, and that's exactly what she'll catch is a fade. I think she'll catch a fade. I don't think she can beat Claressa.
Well, Michaela don't got.
I would answer your question. The last time Hannah Gabriel was in the ring was December 29th, 2024. So she went out of the ring a year and 8 months.
Now, how you think a girl has been out the ring a year and 8 months gonna come in there and do something with the quote?
Well, you didn't say that about Earl. So next question.
Actually, if you go back and hear what I said, you will say, yeah, MZ did say a lot about Earl. And I did say that I thought I wanted Earl to win because I was pulling for him to do his thing. But you didn't hear me give no positives that I thought Earl was gonna beat Tszyu. I felt like he had been too far removed, and what I said was I was waiting to see what all the time out of the ring was going to do to him, and we saw he was slow, he was off balance, which that's not saying much because pretty much people say he's always been off balance, but the reflexes weren't there. He was getting caught with nice straight jabs, getting his head popped back. He, the thing that I was saying was, it might be time for him to go ahead and get up out the game, which he did. Earl, like I said, and I'll say it again, he was my favorite 147-pound fighter, even over Crawford. Crawford everywhere else was my choice, but when it came to Earl and him fighting, I learned the lesson that Earl couldn't beat Crawford. But as far as going against Tszyu, I did say that I felt like Earl was gonna have problems. I said that. So yeah, don't be trying to make me say that I didn't say nothing about Earl, because I did. I just didn't give him the nod saying that I thought he was gonna win. Heck, I didn't even pick him to win. And did I pick in Champ Ross then? No, I didn't pick in the Champ Ross then, but I did say that I didn't think he was gonna win that fight.
Hey, well, Jamel, he said he not gonna have no problems. He said he gonna do the opposite of Earl. That he will beat up Tszyu in Australia. So what's up with that one?
Hey, that's what I'm saying. I did say if Tszyu and his team, if I was part of their team or I had something to say with it, I would say, yeah, go ahead and get that signed up. Go and get him signed up right now. Get him signed up right now. Give him enough time to get an 8-week camp in, so it would be no excuse. You know what I'm saying? So he can come out there and see what he can do. But being removed from the ring as long as he has as well, you can't hang your hat and say definitively that you think that he would beat Tszyu.
Hey, so that would be the second Texas fighter that Tszyu fought. So like you tell me, what is it like? Do Tszyu think it's sweet with niggas from Texas or what?
Well, naming the names that we just named, Earl Spence been out the ring for a good minute. Jamel Charlo being out the ring for a good minute. If there's any chance to fight somebody out of those guys, then yeah, you hurry up and take those fights. Because one, you would have to think that it weighs more in your favor than against you, because they haven't been active. They have not been active. I understand them talking about they working out and doing everything outside the ring because they aren't in the ring. Are they staying in fighting shape? Are they in fighting shape? You know what I'm saying? What are their reflexes going to look like? Or should I say, what is Jamel's reflexes going to look like when he step into the ring? You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking nothing from him because we always seen them. They always look like they in shape. But heck, he haven't been throwing no punches in real competition. And if he's been throwing punches, it's all been practice. It's all, only thing to be able, only way to prove it is for them to get in the ring. And if I was Tszyu, I would say, yeah, let's go ahead and get it. Go ahead and give him the opportunity. Write up the contract, send it to him, and make him the next date. Let him prove what he's saying. Let him prove that he can go out there and do what Earl couldn't do. Let him prove that he can stop Tszyu. And if he does, then congratulations to him. It's all good. But once you get the train started and rolling again, he got to keep it going, because Tszyu is not the most deadly name at that weight class for him to face. There are other people there. You know what I'm saying? You still got Fundora there. You still got Virgil there. Or did Virgil go up to 60?
Yeah, he said he's trying to go up to 160 now.
You still got Boots.
Yeah, but you said Jerron?
Yeah, you still got Jerron too. You know what I'm saying? So, if Jamel is really serious, make the fight with Tszyu. If you're saying that you can do what you saying you can beat him or stop him or whatever, then that should be in my opinion, that should be your tune-up fight. I can't call it a tune-up fight, but that's your first fight. You really want that, make it happen. But then if you can get through that fight, then you must turn your attention to the other two big names, because you are the champion that left without losing your belts. I'll give him that. The last ring champion, the last guy, wasn't he undisputed?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are the man. You are the man. So you had the accolades and the stuff standing behind you. You got that. So if you can come back with the name and you can perform, then great. But right now, it's my opinion, since he calling out Tim, he feel like he's seen something in Tim that he can exploit. But instead of just talking about it, make it happen. Don't go and do a bunch of interviews and talking about who you can beat, how you can beat them. Make the fight.
It's almost 3 years since he ran away from Canelo. That was 2023.
Oh,
September.
Wow. Shit, next month is September.
Yep, September 30th. That's the last time he fought.
So Hyphy, you willing to put Jamel out there as the one to go out there and handle his business with almost 3 years removed from out the ring?
I mean, hey, that's the type of people that Tim probably looking to fight. I mean, he is out here cherry picking real smart, so it seemed like a viable option for him.
But you can't call it a cherry pick if the person claims that they can come in there and do what they're gonna do. Because Earl talked his talk. Earl talked his talk. He got people hyped. He got them excited. And he said he was going. He stood true to his word. I'll do that. I don't want no easy fight. I want to go in there against somebody quick. Even though Tszyu had a couple of his own problems, but now he, as you say. My coach told us back in the day that first win, you're on the winning streak. Even though it's just one win, you on a streak of winning. So can he build on that? Or can Jamil stop it? I think it's going to be a problem for Jamil. He'll have to find his time.
I think it's got to be 2 before it's a streak. 1 is just a dot.
Well, my coach, when we was in college, we won our first game. First thing he said was, y'all on the streak now. We done won one game. We won one game. That's a streak. I guess that's the building block, the first block of it. But I felt where it was coming from. The speech he gave to it was moving to me. Made me want to go out there the very next game and bust some ass.
That's
right.
Streak, and getting some good wins, and you're on a good streak. That's right.
But as far as Jamil going against him, I don't know. I don't if I had to just lay it out right now, I would say the odds are against Jamil. And he would have to go out there and really dig down and prove it. Because he's not just gonna be fighting Tim, he's gonna be fighting his own stamina, his own timing, his own punch resistance. He gonna have to be on. He's got to overcome all of the things that hasn't been being used for almost 3 years. We ain't heard no sparring stories. We ain't heard nothing about him. You ain't seen him working out. You haven't seen that. All we know is he popped up and he started talking noise, advocating to try to get him a fight. Talking about he can beat the Giraffes, he can beat Boots, he can beat Virgil. He started naming all the people he can beat, but we have yet to see that take place. We have yet to hear somebody saying that they're negotiating a fight for this man.
I think Boots need to fight.
You think Boots needs
That'd
to fight?
be great for Boots.
Who, Jamil?
Yeah.
That would be
a great look for Boots.
Yeah,
go out there and shutting Jamil down.
Oh, you say shut him down.
Eric St. Lubin said he want to fight Jamil.
Oh, he want his get back.
Yeah, he want to fight Jamil, Fundora, and Virgil Ortiz.
Do he really want to fight Fundora again? I'm just, that's a legitimate question. Do we really want to fight that man again?
Shit, or what can he do to really warrant a rematch with Virgil? Because that was over hella quick. He just showed up on the ropes and got socked up.
So you just said it. You know what I'm saying? Is he doubting himself? Because if you go out there and you put your hands up and you're not sending anything back in return, to me, that's an indication of you doubting yourself. Memories of past ass whooping could be affecting you.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He only 30.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not too crazy because, everybody had birthdays. But I feel what you're saying is crazy that, damn, Virgil, Fundora, the Fundora fight, I think it took something out of him. I think it took something out of him. He stood out there like a true warrior, but
long beating.
Say what?
It was a long beating.
Right. A long, tumultuous ass whooping. So what you got to say about that, Hyphy? Because you done brought Eric St. Lubin's name up. Who would you stick him in the ring with? Would you stick him in it? Would you give him a chance at Fundora again? Or would you choose to go against Jamil or Ortiz?
I mean, since he announced that he gonna be at 160, I think his best bet, try to go up there and fight, get like an upset win over whoever relevant. But truth be told, as far as his handlers, like they just look at him like he just so goddamn fragile. Like he might have one of the most fragile chins in the game. So it's like shit. Who can you really put him in there? Risk him against.
Where anybody he get in there with is going to be a risk. This is prize fighting. Everybody's a risk. You got to go in there. You got to go in there and take a risk, especially if you're trying to get your name back in front of the crowds and get them behind you again. You don't have a choice.
Yeah, I mean, we seen him get shook by a jab from Terrell Gaucher, who, damn well he not punching with no bad intentions, and he got shook bad off a jab from him. So, yeah, that ain't a good sign at all.
Kind of reminds me of J-Rock. J-Rock Williams, once we saw him get shook by the jab and then get caught by that uppercut, his best win was against Jared Hurd, and soon after that, he started declining. And these guys are not, they just not staying true to the game or true to themselves. In my opinion, they not getting out there and doing the work that they claim that they doing all the time. They just not doing their work. And it's a bad look. It's kind of like, another bad look, Keyshawn Davis. What is he going to do? If they even put him back in the ring, he might be shelved.
Hey, another fighter I don't think this dude even over 30. Stephen Fulton. Like, what y'all think? Y'all can ever see him at like a top form again, or what?
Shoot, Stephen Fulton, because he lost to Monster. Didn't he lose to Monster in a way? And then he went and lost to he did, right?
Yeah.
And then he lost to Oshaki.
Yeah, Oshaki socked him up.
So
he didn't look like he belonged in the ring. Oshaki.
So that right there speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? These guys, the cream, the shaft is coming away from the wheat. That's the best way you can say it. The guys that are staying poised and staying in the gym and staying on top of their work ethics is starting to show. And the guys that's more flash in the pants, I'm sorry, but that's starting to show too. All that talking is over with. All that talking is over with.
Yeah.
So if you ain't really ready, don't go do interviews and talk noise. Just don't do it. Is Keyshawn have anybody even said anything about him possibly fighting? Have he come out and started trying to campaign again, or is he still taking the tongue lashings from the crowds and saying that he ducked?
Man, I don't want to hear what he talking about.
You see, and at one point he had people behind him when he was running around talking his talk. People were saying, "Yeah, man, he bringing that energy back. He's bringing that energy back. He talking that talk. He calling people out. He hunting them down. Making videos and everything. And then the stage gets set for him to go out there and do his thing, and he pull out of a fight. Complain.
Like Bob Arum said, like it was like he kept talking and talking. He wanted to fight. We go out and get the fight made. Now he don't want to fight. Like your promoter, no legendary promoter saying this. Like he's just like, man, I don't know what's going on.
That's true. You painted this picture that you ready for everybody. You didn't put a couple of good wins in. You went out there and performed and made yourself look good, and then you take 6 steps back.
Yeah.
A solid 6 steps back. I haven't been able to hear anybody just go try to make an excuse for him, because there's no excuse to make. Some people saying the money wasn't right. Yeah, you know, you say the money wasn't right, but he bragged about that he knew his promotion company was gonna get the fight, and he felt like, yeah, I know what they gonna do. This was, you know, this what he was telling us, you know, saying in all his interviews, talking noise to Bill and Devin. I know what Top Rank gonna do. We go to purse bid. He was like excited it was going to purse bid. You know, the way he was talking, I was like, shoot, this is going to purse bid. He talking like once that purse bid over, Devin finna get these hands put on it, and he didn't.
Right.
He didn't. What you defend that, Hyphy? You know what's up? What's up with your boy?
Oh, I don't mess with them busters. I don't mess with no busters who run under Jay Prince. You know, all his fighters is some busters. So, yeah, them niggas scary, man.
Wow.
Anything to do with Jay Prince, no good.
So what you trying to tell me is Jay Prince is managing people is not good? That's what you're saying?
Keyshawn running from Devin, Shakur running from Oshaki. What's the artist's name that does something YMBJ or whatever? He out here getting beat up and getting his chain snatched. Like anything under Jay Prince is just no good.
Wow, that's some news that I didn't know. That is some whoa.
Oh, good.
Mace talking down to him.
Mace.
You don't remember that epic rant?
What Mace said? Who he talked down to? Jay Prince? Oh, when he was telling
yeah.
I saw that.
I don't even respect big homies. I know Killer does. You remember that shit? I know you remember.
I almost thought Mace had jumped in here on me. I was just saying, where Mace? Murder Mace is in the building? Nah, that's the Kane. Shout on you. Yeah, he did say that. But besides the point, Hyphy, let me turn it back to the person of interest right now, the person who did their thing. That's Claressa Shields, the undefeated, GWOAT, undisputed in more than one weight class, 2-time gold medalist. I think she got 19 or 21 world championships. She collecting belts and scalps. Anybody y'all put in front of her, she take them out. And all I hear, you know, the tracks saying is, "Oh, she ain't fighting nobody. She fighting everybody they putting in front of her. Everybody." I actually have not heard of her having a fight. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kane, if you remember. But I haven't heard of a fight that was supposedly being made or talked about that she didn't have. Every girl that supposedly was negotiating with her, that fight happened.
Yeah, the GWOAT trying to fight for real. She ain't about no talk. She say you want action, you get action.
She'll move up in weight and say the booty got bigger and she hitting a little bit harder and it ain't nothing y'all can do about it. And then she'll go down in weight and say the booty got a little bit smaller, but it's still there. And she's still hitting hard. And she whooped somebody else. She whooping girls like she play hopscotch. What? Just hopping from weight classes, whooping people, taking their belts. Talk her noise, and then move on to the next one.
Big GWOAT business.
Say it again. And what's her name?
Big GWOAT business.
Yeah, I like that. Big GWOAT business. And the young lady, is old. What's her name? The big girl that was supposed to be like that Alicia Baumgartner was so high on talking about she'll whoop Claressa, but she ended up getting beat and had some issues.
So Mary Spencer.
No, not Spencer. What's the girl name? The big babe.
The big babe.
I can't think of her name for nothing right now. Come on, Hyphy. You know who I'm talking about. She in your stable.
Oh, Shadeja Green.
Shadeja. That's her. Shadeja. You know, is Shadeja all right? Have anybody heard from her, seen her?
I don't know, bro.
Or was her last fight, after she had her issues and she ended up in the hospital? Is that caused her to be stepped back out of the line, out of the light for a minute? Have anybody heard anything from her? And I'm asking to make sure that she's not still having health problems.
Yeah, I ain't heard that.
And there you go. Talk that talk and then fade off into the dark. They don't have nobody that can beat it. Like I said, the closest fight that I think that came, in my opinion, I think Tam Thibault.
Yeah, man, I agree.
That's the one that I want to see. Really want to see.
They don't got that straight left from hell.
That's the one I want to see. She a two-time Olympian as well. Only thing, she don't have 2 goals up under her belt.
Yeah. And that could be owing to like the girls are better. The girls are getting better and better. So, that don't necessarily mean she's not good.
No, I'm not saying she's not good, because I give the props to the fact that she is a 2-time Olympian. For sure.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that Claressa saying that she'd jump off in her ass too. I like that.
Yeah.
But I would caution to Claressa, don't let her don't wait too long.
Right, because the girl only got like 6 pro fights.
Yeah, don't let her confidence start building, and let us start refining on her skills. If you can get at it, but I don't think Jake Paul and them gonna do it. I think they're gonna try to shut Claressa out as far as they girls go. I'd be surprised. I'd be very surprised if Jake Paul and them say, yeah, we'll fight.
I think they'll do it if Thibault want to do it.
But
I think they work for their fighters,
Oh, but that'd be great. Like Claressa said, lift the band and I'll come over there and whoop them all. Lift the band. Yeah. Lift the band. Hyphy, call your boy Jake Paul, man. Tell him lift that band so he can get this work. Let me see. My boy Eric.
Hyphy don't want that kind of smoke. What happened, man? I
don't know. He done went 0 dog 30 on us. He done muted his mic, put some cotton in his ears. He ain't trying to hear. Did you see the Andre Ward and Chad Dawson interview?
No, I saw Eric R talking about that in the chat.
Yeah, he said he don't know how he feels about a ninja doing an interview and getting emotional on how he whooped my ass. Wow. I didn't see the interview. How did that work out? Who was emotional?
It had to be Ward because he won the fight.
Yeah, I'm starting to see. I think my boy Eric R kind of feel a little way about old Andre Ward. He be getting on Andre for a couple of his interviews. He been kind of fussy old Andre about something. He said Andre kind of soft talking these boys.
He ain't asking the hard question.
I guess that's what you're trying to say. And how long we got to wait before M. Billy and Canelo? Is that gonna be popping off?
Canelo fight in May and September.
Right. So
Go de Mayo and Mexican de Benitez.
And Billy better be ready. I'll say that. Canelo
will come to fight your ass.
Yeah, I know, but Canelo usually, he try to get it. He tried to go and work on something and have a little surprise or something like that. But I'm pushing for Billy to take this. I think Canelo is finna start. I think if he jump in the ring with hard fights, I think he's gonna end up probably taking some losses. No, it just seems. Yeah, I do. I honestly do. Especially if the guys start following what they've seen. Floyd Mayweather shut him out. Then Bivol came out, pretty much shut him out. Crawford shut him out. If Billy can go out there and maintain, don't get caught up with something stupid, I think he can outwork Canelo. I think he'll outwork Canelo.
He definitely outwork.
Now I think he can take the win. I really think he can
That
take the
damn
win.
work rate.
As long as he don't get overconfident or sloppy with it, where he end up getting caught with something surprisingly. You know what I'm saying? But he do like to keep coming forward, which could possibly play in Canelo's hand. It could, but if he can keep Canelo busy and thinking and resetting, because you know Canelo don't really work if he unless he can get set. And as long as Billy can keep him off balance and keep putting that work on him, I think he stands a great chance of walking out of there as another one of the people that beat Canelo. Not with fighters, not with the fans that have to say, I feel like he should have won, like what people say with Laura and stuff like that. I think that he can go out there and handle his business. I think he'll be walking away with a victory over Canelo.
Oh, never mind. They fighting on Halloween out there. They fighting on
What?
October 31st, the Day of the Dead. Yeah,
Wow.
de las Muertes. Fucking Canelo trying to summon the power of the ancestors now.
Okay. Well, maybe he should add another name to it. Maybe he should have that. He is Sanu.
I don't know if you're familiar with the Day. I don't know if you're familiar with the Day of the Dead.
Yeah, I got a homeboy named Manny, Mexican guy. That's his day. Halloween roll around. That whole month, he talked about, we worked together hard. The Day of the Dead, and he was giving me history and all that. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So that's about the ancestors and stuff for it.
Well, he better be able to pull some ancestors out, or Billy gonna shut him and the ancestors down. That's my opinion. That is my opinion. I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. If that's on the Champ Ross, I'm already picking Billy. I'm already scratching Billy's name in to take the win.
Yeah. October 31st.
Man,
it's fighting in Riyadh.
Oh, a turkey card.
Yeah.
Moody Trey weathered and slid into the building. Salute, my brother. Salute. So, DeCane, my boy Otis, I'm still, all I can see is old girl catching that left hook. How it rocked. That was, like you said, it's a highlight reel. That got to go on the highlight reel. That's got to. And they got to make sure that they put the part in when she caught her with the left and then pushed up on her some more and had her stumble and fall through the ropes. Not completely through, but she fell in there and got tangled up.
Okay, how did you feel like Claressa looked in this fight? Like on the Shannon Sharp show, they were like, "Oh, you look so sharp and you look so amazing and all this." Like, how did you feel like Claressa looked in the fight?
I felt like honestly, she looked like she was like kind of sitting back a little more, trying to find her range, because I think old girl had a pretty fair reach on her, and it seemed like she was trying to catch her, but her timing might have been a little off. It is what I seen. But once I seen her start to push forward a little bit, it seemed like things started clicking for her better. But for the most part, at first it seemed like she was being a little conservative, trying to find her way. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make sure she didn't get caught with nothing. That's what I was seeing. It looked like she was trying to gauge your girl's distance, trying to make sure she didn't get caught with nothing. So when she came in, she can try to put in a little work. I love the body work that she was putting in. She was digging into that body real nice.
Yeah.
But to me, it looked like if I had to go to a certain way, it looked like kind of she remember how Floyd Mayweather would like kind of wait and kind of like sit and wait and see for you to make a mistake. It almost seemed like she was kind of trying to fall into a little mode of that. I noticed how she was using the shoulder a lot, trying to roll the shoulder, roll punches off with the shoulder. I seen her trying to do that little pullback punch that she has. I seen her trying to implement that quite a bit. But for the most part, she looked okay. I wouldn't say that she looked super sharp in the beginning because she was missing a lot. You know, old girl with hook. She would try to catch her coming in. She was missing some wide. You know, some she was missing a lot. But for the most part, she kept the jab out like she needed to. And I think that was just because she was trying to get into a distance where she could actually land punches. But I think she was aware or trying to make sure that she didn't get caught with something that could mess her up. Because she did say that, she watched old girl and she knew old girl was strong. And I think she learned a lesson, Christina Hammer, when she was saying Christina Hammer can punch. And I think from that fight, I think she's implemented to the fact that I'm not just going to be able to run up on these big girls and think it's going to be all sweet. I got to be cautious and make sure I pay attention so I don't go in here and get caught with something ugly. That's what I felt like she was doing.
Right.
I ain't no expert or nothing, but from what I saw, that's what I saw. I saw her being cautious, trying to see what old girl was gonna send at her, how she could try to counterattack on it and everything like that. And once she got to a spot where she was comfortable and she felt like she can go ahead and get in there, she did. And once she did get in there, she started putting old girl on the back foot. And then next thing you know, she called her.
Right. Yeah,
Almost
I saw
like when she was with Danielle Perkins, almost the same way, because she was kind of it looked like kind of a little weary of Danielle Perkins when they first started off, but once she figured out that I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say once she figured out that the punches she was sending didn't carry that much of a threat, she went on and started opening up and trying to get in.
Yeah,
you was getting ready to make a point.
I feel like. Yeah, like I've seen her fight that style against somebody before, and I'm trying to remember who it was. But like when she go in there with her hands down, and she just be standing there in front of you, like kind of waiting on you to do something. Yeah, I forget who else she was fighting like that, but I've seen her fight like that before. I didn't think she looked like too much different. I've ever really seen her look. I just feel like that woman was so straight up and lacking in defense. That she made Claressa look really good because she was easy to hit. Like Claressa Shields, the combination when she caught her with that left hook, she had just done that same combination right before that. So I was thinking like a sharper fighter wouldn't have got hit with that shit like that. So I think it had a lot to do with the level of the opponent in front of her. Like if she fighting Michaela Mayer, for instance, like Michaela ain't gonna get hit with that shit.
Yeah, Michaela is a lot sharper fighter, and something that what's his name? The last Brian Custer. Brian Custer did mention something that I had to think of. I had to go to the introduction in order to get his name, but he mentioned that it's a possibility that old girl that Claressa just fought was kind of like happy to be there. The lights might have been shining a little too bright. You are fighting the number one female fighter in the world. And, it just seems the moment might have been a little big for her. You know what I'm saying? And then Claressa had those people out there talking about whoop that trick. Brian Custer did point out she just sitting there smiling. Claressa literally had to tell the Aussie people, y'all cheer for her, you know what I'm saying? What y'all say, oi, 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 Then finally they started doing it, you know what I'm saying? But I can see where he was going with that. The moment might have been a little too big for her, and she got what she got out of it. But Michaela Mayer had, Michaela Mayer is an Olympian too, and Michaela Mayer has been in under bright lights. Alicia Baumgartner was a big name fight for her. I still feel like Alicia got a win, but as Heidi would say, who ran from the rematch? You know what I'm saying? Right. Michaela did say she wanted that rematch, but who ran from the rematch? Who didn't want to give up the rematch? Start making excuses. Oh, I already beat her. I ain't got to fight her no more. You ain't beat her. Like like a convincingly, it wasn't no convincing ass whooping. It was close, in my opinion.
I don't fuck with Baumgartner as a personality.
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I still watch it when she out there in her little warrior thing and that part, but other than that, she's kind of sour with me the way she act. I'm like, you got girls that's around your weight class that's calling you out and you ignoring them. You acting like you don't hear them calling it. And when I say that, I'm talking Caroline. Caroline and called her scary, all kind of stuff. Caroline just own her, and she acting like Caroline ain't there. I honestly think because I heard her say Caroline want to move up to such a so and so weight. You waiting for her to move up before you move up. I think that's what you doing.
Right.
I honestly think that's what she doing. But you making the, I'm gonna be like everybody be like on Devin and on Shakur. You saying you can go to a certain weight, go up there and whoop her. But why are you hesitating on moving up to where she is right now? And I don't want to hear about she ain't got enough skin in the game and she ain't really did nothing because she got belts. She is a champion. So it's not like if you go up there and fight her, people won't give you props. If you win, they're gonna give you props if you go up there and fight her and you can beat Dubois. But right now, Dubois seems like she holding the cards and she talking down to you.
Right.
And you need to fix that. Hyphy. You notice Hyphy just got quiet.
Yeah, Hyphy done disappeared, man.
He done lost all his hard questions. Stuffy. My boy Moody Trayweather said, facts, shut up and box. As far as Lisa Baumgartner to go. I know that's who we talking about. But, she made all that talk about, I got 2 big fights. Did those big fights even happen? Because this year is almost over. And I do not believe you finna have no 2 back-to-back fights before this year is over since you got these big fights lined up. Because I really think that she was banking to fight Serrano and Taylor. I think that's who she thought that she was finna get into the ring with. I don't think she's gonna fight Taylor. I don't think she can beat Taylor.
Damn.
Why you say that? I just don't. I think Taylor is skilled enough to beat her. I think Taylor has the skills to beat her. And Serrano might outwork her. Well, I'm not gonna say might. I think Serrano would outwork her. I think Serrano would outwork her.
Possible. Yeah.
Because she seems to slow down toward the middle rounds of the fight. And her bragging point, I know they try to sell it because she fight 3-minute rounds, but if you had gas issues in 2-minute rounds, because you fighting a 3-minute round and you've been able to pull off your wins against girls, in my opinion, that aren't on your level, except for the girl that was the French girl. I think that French girl was giving her problems.
Christina Leonardo too?
Yeah, she was giving her some problems.
Yeah.
She was giving Alicia some problems. So I think Alicia, needs to probably check herself a little bit. If she want to prove that she's great as she claiming to be, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, what she's been riding on is the sexiest boxer comment and all this kind of stuff. That don't win fights.
Right. Moody Trayweather got some comments on it.
Yeah, he said, I think Katie Taylor gas tank ain't like that. But I think Katie Taylor is smart enough to fight in a way to conserve energy when she needs to. She does pivot pretty well when she fights, and that plays a big part in it. You know what I'm saying? I just think, in my opinion, I think she's a better skilled fighter than Alicia Baumgartner. She's more seasoned. And he said Amanda Serrano don't throw as much as she used to. I give you that, but I still think her work rate is still more than Alicia's. I think her work rate is still a little higher than Alicia Baumgartner's. And I'm not trying to say Alicia can't fight. I think she fights all right, But I think she needs to get in there with those that are really pushing. And right now, I'm advocating for her to fight against Caroline Dubois. I think that's the fight for her. I think it'll sell tickets. And if she really want to show out, if she really, if she thinks that she can show up and show out, I would say make the fight and go over there to her house and beat her. You know what I'm saying? Because you better believe it'll for surely sell over there. Because they like old Caroline.
Word.
They like old Caroline. Alicia can handle them because of age difference. Dubois is who she needs to be worried about. Okay, I'll give you that. Serrano and Taylor are the elders, but Dubois is they closer. She's a lot. That's the young lioness. That's the one. If she needs to take out something, that's the one she needs to go ahead and try to deal with. But I think she's worried about it. Like you said, I think she's worried. That's the one she's worried about. I don't think she wants that smoke. People might say I'm tripping, but as far as from every conversation I done heard, it's been excuses. It ain't really been, I beat her and this and that. But you making excuses. You making excuses. If you say that you can go up to 147 to fight Claressa, which we all know can't make 147, why you can't go to 140 and fight Dubois?
135.
Oh, Dubois that's right, because she said she thinks she wants to move up to 140. So why you can't go to 135? If you said you would skip 135 to go to 140 and then go to 147 to fight Claressa, you shouldn't have no problem with going and beating the hell out of Caroline Dubois. You shouldn't have no problem with facing her at all. So what's the holdup? Magically, I got big fights at 130, but those fights aren't coming to fruition either. We ain't seen nothing exciting of a name that Alicia Baumgardner has called and said, this is who I'm getting ready to fight. I haven't heard nothing. Crickets, mosquito wings.
Right.
Just a bunch of conversation. Sick of it. Let me see. Man, it's been so hot down here in Texas, bro. It was so hot the other day, man. It was hotter than up under the devil's armpits. I'm telling you, it was so hot. I stepped out the vehicle and instantly started sweating. My boy, Moody Trayweather said Alicia looking for an out. She's trying to look for a way out. But long as Caroline keep the pressure on and keep calling her out, keep calling her scared, at some point, well, I can't even say at some point, at least you're going to have to go ahead and accept it. He said it was 109 in Dallas. Woo! I think it was like 103 here in San Antonio. But still, that triple digit, I done got a little older. I ain't young like I used to be where I can be like, shit, I'll go out there in that heat and deal with it. Now, I step out in that heat, I'll be like, oh, shit, this is crazy. I'm drinking water, trying to hurry up and get back in the AC. Now, that ain't meant for me no more. That's unnatural heat. Unnatural. Claressa Shields is the GOAT. Hyphy. That dude, what's that dude that be hating on her so bad? Want to say this? What's his name? The dude with the beard. He talk bad about Claressa all the time, and he be talking about Terrence Crawford. Did you see the Bo Mack interview with Brian Custer? Anybody?
I didn't see it.
He said, I watched a little bit of it. Bo Mack, he kind of put that rumor down saying that the people was talking about.
Did we see the interview with Bo Mack on Brian Custer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I watched that. Yeah.
Okay, so you saw where he put that rumor to bed that Bud wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
So all those people that started making those videos were just lying. He said these weak ass fans will let it slide. That's what I dislike from women's sports. Two-tone about boxing ego be talking bad about Claressa too? Dang. That's crazy. How can you talk about somebody that's just all? I know how you could talk about somebody that's always winning because you want them to lose. You're sitting around you every time they get ready to come out, you got to have something negative to say. But I'm like, when a person winning, you just got to accept it. Right now, they the best at it. Right now, Claressa's the best at it. The best at it on the girl side. And if Boots don't start making moves and start pumping these fights out, at least if you could squeeze in 2 a year, why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? It's not like your fights are going the distance, and you having wars. You going out there and you dispatching with these guys pretty quick. What's the problem with going ahead and start lining? Trying to get two in a year. If you're trying to be undisputed and get these accolades and legacy built up, what's the holdup? You know what I mean? We hearing too many times they saying, "Oh, we tried to set this fight didn't happen. We tried to set this fight didn't happen." But the fighters, you know what I'm saying? Some fighters have already proved that if a fight wants to be made, it can be made. So I want to ask you, DeCane. Rolly and Rolly and Gordo. What's that dude's name for real? Lopez, Teofimo. Have you given that fight any thought of who you think might pull off the victory? I'm kind of leaning. This gonna sound surprising, but I think Rolly might go out there and surprise us again. I think he might go out there and surprise old T.O. And just out of curiosity, I wonder how that would affect his ego. How that would affect him. He can't say my boy Moody says T.O. should dominate. People thought that Ryan should dominate too against Rolly. But Rolly didn't let that happen. I'm thinking that that Special Olympics might kick in and he might surprise T.O. I ain't going far out on the limb, but I'm kind of looking at it like Rolly could surprise us and have us like, damn. You know what I mean? I know they know each other. I know they've been sparred. I know they're friends and everything, which I like the fact that they gonna get in the ring even though they are friends and all that kind of stuff. But I think Rolly could surprise him. I always say that I felt like T.O. was a little mentally challenged, and I don't mean stupid or nothing like that. I just feel like, in the ring, he just a little off with it. Did you see them spar before? Ryan couldn't handle that, but yeah, I saw that. I remember them sparring, and when Ryan would catch, when Rolly would catch Ryan, that's when I recognized Ryan was turning his back a lot. I did notice that, and I will give you that Ryan has started. It does look like he has gotten better with some of the stuff he's doing. So you can see some growth in it. But that back turning or roll or whatever he's trying to do, that's the only ugly thing that I'm like, dude, fix that, please fix that. But I will give you, he does seem like he's getting better. He is growing in the sport, which can prove to be better for him. He still got a lot of mouth and talking all that crazy. I don't know why they keep messing with Crawford, but I guess it is when you say, okay, he going on the other side of the fence. I can really talk because I ain't really too much worried about him coming back because I believe they feel like Crawford won't come back. And then Bomac come out and do the interview and say, yeah, Crawford done. He went out on the top. Nothing y'all can do about it. Ryan talking about, he can't do this, he can't do that. I'll beat his ass. No, you won't. No, you won't, Ryan. I don't believe you'll do that. He said, I got Tszyu, but I wouldn't be surprised by Rolly. His power is underrated. I can feel you on that. So you think he might can catch old well, if he can drop Tszyu or staggering and jump on him with that, you know, he can get Tszyu in the position where Tszyu will be trying to get his points back, trying to make up for that round. So that could play into Rolly's hands. But I can say, to me, it does seem like Rolly is getting a little. Rolly has also gotten, you know, in my opinion, he's learned some stuff. He's learned some things. He doing. I just saw a Champ Ross message come up. I don't know where it went. It might have popped up and disappeared. He might have been loading up something. He said Rolly has very good body punch placement. That could play a good factor. That could play a good. We're good. He said very good. Well, good. Okay, decent. We'll say decent. We won't say he's just a body snatcher, but he do get some. He will land some good shots on the inside. He kills me with that. But I'm looking. When do they supposed to fight? Is it next month? Do they fight next month or do they fight this month? Let me check. Do Ryan and Rolly fight this month? Let me look and see if they on the list. But I'm looking for what's this? He was moving down to 130 now. He's on Williams pages ever since Sugar Ray confirmed he's leaving 135. Andy Cruz scared of Sugar Ray, y'all. So Williams Zepeda and Andy Cruz is set up to fight. Is that confirmed? I see Hyphy put it in there for the ring. Is it a set date? Or is it just a call out? If it is, you know, I'll watch that. I'm trying to see. Are they set to fight? Who is this Benavidez supposed to be fighting in December? Seslick? How you say that name? He ought to get what? Right now, I don't know who. Let me see. Noah, Marco Romero, Carlo Giuliani, Victor. Oh, yeah. Rolling in fight this weekend. Oh, shoot. Well, I might as well get my Champ Ross picks together. Can Rolly pull it off? He got as many knockouts as Teofimo Lopez and less fights. They both got 2 losses. I might ride with Rolly, man. Yeah, they fight this weekend. I'm looking at the Champ Ross picks right now. They fight this weekend. They fight Saturday. Guess I'll be over at OB's house, get off of work on time, get over to OB's house and check out the fight. I got to get up early Sunday. Monday, my schedule changed. I'll be driving a new route. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with Gary Antoine Russell fighting too. Victor Santilli. Okay, let's see. Intern WBA featherweight title. Gary Antoine, that's Mr. Gary, right? All them names Gary got me thrown off. I think that's him. Yeah, I'm going to go with Gary. I'm going with Antoine. Probably pick Rolling. P.A. Gordon, Emmanuel. And I'm going to have to look at them a little bit more. Griffin, Jackson Martinez. Oh, shoot, I got to hurry. Oh, Amanda fighting. Do I think Amanda can pull it off one more time? She should be able to pull off I think Amanda would be able to pull off a fight. TikTok Live? What? TikTok be doing fights too? Didn't know that. Flores and Melissa. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to sit down, do my homework tonight and tomorrow morning, so I can get my picks in Trey X. I think they've been I don't know, man. The last 2 weeks, I didn't do so good. Just going 90 and 95 points. Started off strong with 100 and something, but then I ended up dropping to 90 and 95. I got to get my shit together. I can't be talking noise and not representing like I'm supposed to be in Champ Ross. He said Gary Russell's career is not impressive. He should have fought more. I feel you on that once a year, and then not being able to get fights made and stuff like that has hampered his could possibly stardom. And so we know he is a good fighter. I give him that, but I agree with you 100 on the round that he hasn't been able to. He should have had more fights. I don't know if that goes against his promotional company, his management. I don't know who it goes against, but that is a mark against him. Not being in the ring enough to get people clamoring about it. Just not enough at all. But I'm going to go with him. I'm going with him this week. That's for sure. That's for sure going to be one of my picks. Claressa messed over me with the knockout because I was like, I felt like she was supposed to get that win. I think I put her down for a UD or majority. I think they say don't do UD, so I think I put her down for a majority. And she got that knockout. I was like, God dang. She wasn't supposed to do that to me. That helped make my points go down. So I got to be on point all the way this week. I got to be on point. I'm coming in hot. So y'all better be ready. Champ Ross then slid into the building. What's up, my brother? Yeah, man. I just want to ask. Oh, Champ, let me tell you. So I found High Noon. I went to Houston. Me and Obese went to Houston last week. Sat down and kicked it with Big E and chopped it up. I'm glad to be back. But you sure y'all ain't doing negative counting on me? I felt real good about my picks last week and the week before and end up with 90 and 95 points. I can't be representing my 3.0 with 95s and 90s. So this week, let me go and say this week be looking for me to come swinging. I'm swinging from the fences because I got to get up in that top, at least the top 5 mood. I got to get up in that top 5 area so I can shine a little bit. Can't be taking these 90s and 95s. It's dropping me down the list too bad. Can't be doing that. They be saying that I'm coming in there looking like Earl Spence. I ain't got it no more. But I still got it. I just got to take my time and get these picks right. I felt good about my picks last week. I don't know what the hell happened. Where I went wrong. But I went wrong. Oh, but as I was saying, went down to Houston, hung out with Maestro, a.k.a. Big E, Texas Timbo. Y'all know, Manny Draperman. And we found High Noon. I had been overlooking it because we got so many songs in the list. I just kept passing it up, but we found High Noon. I was like, man, let me see if I can. I'm gonna have to play old Champ Ross High Noon because that's his jam. And I finally found it. Let me see if I can get it queued up real quick for you. You just bear with me for a second. But yeah, I'm glad to be back too, bro. I told you I was coming back. I just had to give me a minute to get my stuff together. And I would be right back in there. Hell yeah, next week we get, whoa, wait a minute, what's that? We got 50 for the top score going up. It's going to be packed with 20 fights. That will be the separator in the standings. Oh, wow. I ain't 20 fights to pick for. Oh, yeah, I'll be coming in. I'll be coming in like a juggernaut. I'm going to come in there and handle my business. Y'all going to be like, MZ ain't playing. I'm looking for it right now for you, champ. I'm going to go ahead and snatch it up for you. That High Noon, it's way down here. Let me take my time so I don't be passing it. Because Big E is the one. He was like, there go High Noon right there. I'm like, man, all this time, Champ Ross been asking for that song, and I've been messing it up, not getting it out there. Let me see if I can. Give me a second, because like I said, it's a lot of songs I'm going down. I should have did this earlier and already had it pushed to the side. And I got to push this over so I can see the chat. So you eat Wheaties. I'm gonna eat my Wheaties. I'm gonna eat some Wheaties and some oatmeal, some cinnamon toast, some scrambled eggs. We gotta be careful here in Texas, because I see they got a recall on eggs, bro. You know, this man and then got rid of the health people that's supposed to be knowing what's keeping us safe. They put the number out on the eggs that's recalled, but the ones we got not, they don't fall up under that number, that batch number. So we pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna eat me some Wheaties. Wait, I don't like Wheaties. I'm gonna eat me some oatmeal and some bacon, some eggs. Then I'm gonna be ready. Come in there and beat the brakes off the competition. Everybody gonna say, "Oh, MZ back." No, that's not the one. Okay, that go to one high noon. So that's the remix. Let me keep going. I got you, bro. I got you. I'm finna get it out there for you. Because it's been a couple of weeks. I know you asked for it a few times and I couldn't find it. I actually thought I had lost it. You should. No, nope, that's not it. You see. D-Lo 404 Boxing is in the building. The voice of reason. The man who makes you think outside the box when it comes down to this fighting. Say, D-Lo, what you got to say about the GOAT and how she... No, I didn't do that. What you got to say about the GOAT and how she handled her business? I did not tell you to open that up. Handled her business and got that stoppage. That was a beautiful left hook she caught that girl with. I'm just sick of people hating on her. I'm going to ride with the GOAT till the GOAT decide to retire. Big fight I'm looking for her to have. Hopefully she... Either Michaela Myers, I would like to see her fight. You know, I like to see that fight. But the fight that I'm really itching for is that Tam Tebow, that 6-foot girl. I think that'd be a good fight for Claressa. And I think that Claressa should be smart and not let her get herself going too good. She called it, you know, in order to get Tam, in order for us to get Tam, hopefully he said Price or Tam are likely next. But don't take Michaela out the picture, because Michaela is vying for a fight with Claressa too. She said she want to get some of that action. Price would be a good fight, but I think Tam is the one that people are really, really galvanized for. I think that'll be the one that they'll be like, yeah, this is going to be the fight right here. That'll get the haters to really be saying that that's the one that they think that she'll lose. I don't think so. But you know how people are. Let me go ahead and download. I found it, bro. I'm gonna get it queued up for you. Just let me get it out of the let me get it into the playlist real quick. As soon as it get through loading up, I'll get it out there. Michaela wants all the smoke. I got respect for her. She's running to the smoke. Yeah, I give her that. Michaela don't look like, you know what I'm saying? Michaela tell you, shit, y'all got me messed up. Just y'all got Michaela messed up. Michaela said, I'm ready for any and everything. Bring it to me and watch me do it. Bring it to me. Where is it? Music. There you go. Let me load this up. What to load? Oh. No, that's video image. I need to load up for the music. There you go. Upload. High noon. Bam. Open that up. Man, I'm going to jump into the music real quick because, it's processing. Because my brother Champ Ross, let me add this. Oh, it's in there? Yeah, it's already in there. My brother Champ Ross, high noon. Let me go ahead and bring it in for you real quick. Because my brother, she said, if Claressa Shields can't get the other fight. If Claressa can't get the other fights. Okay, if she can't get the other fights, then she's willing. Well, hey, still keep her name in the hat. Even if she gets the other fights, go ahead and just be part of that list. Because I think Tam is, if there's a chance for somebody to beat Claressa, 2-time champion, everything like that, I think Tam, not 2-time champion, 2-time Olympian. She's a champion now. She's fighting at 160. So, it's not highly unlikely It just depends on Jake Paul and his company and what they want to do. Because Claressa already said, lift the band, Jake Paul, lift the band and watch me come in there and do what I need to do. Go on, lift the band. Let me know if you can hear it. He said, Tam got some, she got some pop. She's very good with that 1-2, that straight. And then she's a southpaw, if I'm remembering correctly. So, it ain't gonna be no easy walk in the park. But let me not say it won't be an easy walk in the park, because the great ones, it seems like every time we feel like that's gonna be the fight to make them have to show, they go out there and really shut the competition down. Really. So we have to see how that one go. But here you go, Champ Ross. Let me know if y'all can hear it one time from the old archives. High noon. High noon. High noon. High noon. High noon. Boy say he wanna see me in the streets so bad. High noon. He made that trip, but we was drinking in the kitty cat saloon. Dude got mad cause the thing chose me. I'm just drinking in the cut. Could it be the size of my boots that made her wanna say what's up? Looked at my partner with a smirk on my face and I shook my head. Tomorrow at high fucking noon, somebody has gonna be dead. Where's my hat? I done got fucking mad. I ain't gonna get no fucking sleep. Because of this fucking toe sucker done call me out in these streets. Got up early next morning, sent a message to my girl back home. Till I said, where first I spit on the grind, and I said, Houston. He asked, what's the message? Then I said, I'm sorry, I know I said I'm coming home soon. But I'm gonna be on the run, about to kill a toe sucker at about high noon. High noon. High noon.
I done sent a message, now I'm eating breakfast, cafe mix. Pretty little thing walk up and I say poke and eggs. Back to the door, just in case a bitch wanna play. Peeping his family, watching every move I made. 3 little pigs walk in, baby pig bumping too close, I'm in his chin, chin, chin. Then I turn around, quick spin, I glance at the clock, it's just 9:45. I say to old boy, we can get it on now, what you really wanna do? I'ma put it on your ass regardless, it can be now or high noon. I seen him think about it, but it didn't do shit, so I said, gone on. Let me eat my breakfast in peace so I can get in this zone. Baby pig gets up looking silly, I say make it move, you know I'm feeling Billy. 3 seconds stare down, but baby pig didn't wanna do nothing. Feeling that punch to the chin, shouldn't have came in here bumping. Big bro come and get him, cause he know I've stolen his pride. Whispering in his ear to chill, we gon' see him outside. I know. I know. I know.
My fault, Champ Ross. I done pulled up the wrong high noon. See, that's what be happening. I pulled up the wrong one. My bad, bro. My bad. Let me get it together. Don't shoot the DJ. Don't shoot the DJ. Mistakes can be made sometimes. I'm still here. What the hell is happening here? Give me a second, bro. I pulled up the wrong one. I don't know how I did that. See? That's what happened when you get excited moving too fast. Moving too fast. Let me open it up. I'm working, baby. I'm working. Let me work. I'm gonna get it together. Lad, no, that's not it. How the hell did I do that? It's supposed to be the second one. No need to have. Nope. I should have checked it before I started running. Geez, minor. Good free. Come on, High Noon. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. I don't think y'all ever heard that High Noon that I just played. That's Big Bro. He was doing the remix to it. Me and OB's not even on that one. He just telling the story by himself. I gotta find it. Say, sitting at the bar, somebody gonna be leaving off with some pigs. Pig legs. Okay, that's not it. That's the one I just played. Where the heck is the other high? I need to do better. I need to start making sure I put these songs, I'm high, you high. Y'all remember I'm high, you high, we high, oh my. Is this the... Okay. I got you now. I got you. Let me go ahead and get, because this is the one with the horses. Yeah, this is the right one. Okay, champ. I got you, baby. I told y'all, MG gonna come through for you. I done pulled up the wrong High Noon. Let me remove this. Get the right High Noon up in here. Get the right High Noon. High Noon. Come on, act right. I'm getting it loaded up. Just work with me. Like I said, don't shoot the DJ. Mistakes be made sometimes. We are players fuck up. Players fuck up sometimes. Players mess up sometimes. Is that it? Stop screen. Okay, there we go. Now, show this one. Share screen. High Noon. Okay, Champ Ross, my bad. That's the right High Noon right there. I got it going for you. Let's go ahead and the original High Noon. This one here is for Champ Ross. If y'all don't know nothing about that Champ Ross, y'all need to go over there and get with it. The man just said it's going to be a $50 in the top spot. Yeah, the original one got those horses. Here we go.
Boys say you wanna see me in the street so bad, I know. He made that river we were drinking in the kitty cat saloon. Dude got mad cause the dame chose me, I'm just drinking in the cut. Could it be the size of my boots that made her wanna say what's up? Looked at my partner with a smirk on my face and I shook my head. Tomorrow at high fucking noon, somebody ass gon' be dead. Where's my hat? I done got fucking mad, ain't gonna get no fucking sleep. Because of this fucking toad sucker done call me out in these streets. Got up early next morning, sent a message to my bro back home. Tell us that where first I spit on the ground and I said, who's gone? He asked what's the message, then I said, I'm sorry, I know I said I'm coming home soon. But I'm gonna be on the run, about to kill a toad sucker at about high noon. High noon. High noon.
Playing my guitar, sitting in the back with my head down low. Running long, Joe say, single to the bar, keep singing some more. I'ma tell you a story about the kitty casserole. This is how it goes down. If you got you some paper, you trying to come cheat, yeah, the girls let them move around. Now everyone knows how this story goes. The girl choose him, he just let her go. But this boy about to die for the draw, catch fire, but the draw understand. So he know her standing in the perfect spot with the perfect shot. If I squeeze, I'm a sniper for sure. I ain't gotta worry about a body. Why is that? My little brother home is too. You come here tripping with fans, what happened? Automatically release the beat. I heard my big bro say I'ma give you what you want, what you want. On the marble, have your punk ass out in front, out in front. Tell your mom that her son will catch that at the highest time. I know.
Sitting behind the bar with a shotgun and some legs. Let some shit pop off in my spot. Somebody will be giving me kegs. I ain't about that bullshit when I'm in my pulpit. Test me, that shit I'ma pull it. Click black is black, the mark's dead. The Morrison, returning the Mac in my head. Quick tempered, ill-mannered, but still managed to be calm with an intent to cause damage. Your lifelines like a grapevine, cutting any time. Stop on your remains, call it blood wine. It's not a preview, but a spoiler. Burn your remains, toss you in the boiler. Big bro, plugging on strings, scoping, low-key, hoping these fools keep poking the beast. But Maestro, being Maestro, gave his op to high noon, preservation of his life. So loved ones will know that he gon' rest in peace. His cow was running off at the mouth, the dangerous fish could be extinct soon. So this your last meal. Get your girl, have a drink, cause this your last thrill. Your girl chose him, I think you should've let it go. It's just another love knockout, technical. But I get you though, pride is emotional. And downfall is normally where the motion flows. 6 feet deep in the tombstone in a single rose. Your near future is soon to be exposed. I knew. The kitty cat welcomes all you ladies and males. This is the last call for alcohol and the last bell for tail. We're open from noon to dawn, 7 days a week. Come get you a meal, drink up, and enjoy something sweet. Although it should be understood, I need to make it perfectly clear that once we close, you ain't gotta go home, but you can't remain here. We look forward to seeing you again at the Kitty Cat Saloon. And remember, there's a special event out front happening at high noon.
High noon. That's that old school. Back in the day, early song that we put together. That's that High Noon, he Rise Live. My boy Chad Ross say that beat is fine. I appreciate you for that one because that's one of the ones that I created. Y'all know I can't mess with Big E or that boy EL when it comes to making tracks. But I try. I try so hard to keep up with them, but you know, they levels ahead of me. So I get lucky from time to time and drop a 5 beat myself. But for the most time, it's all them. It's all them. I know I've been telling y'all, it's 2 movies. If you haven't had a chance to watch, give them a shot. One of them is called The Long Walk. It's a good book. And the movie also did the book pretty good justice. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's like 50 men that's in this walking contest, if you want to say. The winner becomes rich beyond their dreams because at the time of this is going on, it's like a war or something that's taking place. The country's kind of hurting people, or food is scarce or money is scarce, something like that. Just to give you an idea of it, and they have to walk. There is no finish line. You have to walk at 3 miles per hour. You can't drop behind 3 miles per hour, or you get a warning. You get a second warning. And I'm gonna just give y'all an idea. If you cramp up or you fall down or anything like that, and you can't get up and get continuously walking, they kill you. That's the best I can tell you about it. If you get a chance to watch it, I think it's a good watch. It's a good movie to watch. The conversations that the guys that are walking are having is it's kind of deep, but it's just the fact, to see the killings that take place in this movie is like, wow. So you get a chance to watch The Long Walk, give it a shot. I think it's pretty good. I won't tell you how it ends, but I will give you an expectation to be looking at these guys walking. Like I said, there's no finish line. So once you get into this contest, there's only two ways out: to win or to lose. And if you lose, you lose. It ain't no just, I'll go home and lick my wounds. Ain't no wound licking. And they walking, and if you die, they don't stop to pick you up. They keep it moving. You can have the bubble guts. You got to use, but they provide you with water. The guys were eating throughout it, but you catch cramps or anything to make you. Now remember, you got to walk at 3 miles per hour, at least 3 miles per hour. And all I can say is the guys walk. You when nighttime come, there is no stopping this to get rest or sleep, anything like that. It is a continuous walk, rain or hot sun. You're just walking until you get to the final 2 people, then the last person. But like I said, if you can complete the walk, you become rich and you have no more problems in life. So if you get a chance to watch The Long Walk, check it out. And there's another movie that was pretty good that I watched called The Last House. If you get a chance to watch The Last House, that's another decent movie. No big name actors in it or anything like that, but the storyline and the way they set it up is pretty good. Give you an idea of what's going on. A storm comes. Some kind of barrier comes over the houses where you can't get out of the house. Anybody that's trapped outside can't get inside. And it's a constant rain. The rain comes and goes, and there's some creatures that's doing something to people. And I give y'all that. There's some creatures that's doing something to people. But I'm going to leave this to your imagination. You're trapped in a house where whatever food you have in the house, that's it. Your lights and all that kind of stuff. You're just trapped in this house. So you got to figure out how you're going to eat after after your food starts running out and things like that. So you get a chance to check out The Last House. That's another one. I will give you an idea that they are trapped for a few years doing this crazy storm and these beasts that's running around doing stuff to people. I won't tell you what they're doing to people. I just give you that idea. And I felt like it was a good movie. You get a chance to check it out. It's called The Last House. One movie, and the other movie is called The Long Walk. So you get a chance to watch either two of those movies. I think you'll hit me back and say, MG, those are pretty decent movies. I feel like there's some pretty good movies. I give you about a 7 if you want to sit down and watch them. They hit you at about a 7 as far as rating goes. If I was to give them a rating out of 10, a 7 is where they sit. Like I said, I think the guy that's supposed to be elected to play the new Black Panther, if things go well, he's in The Long Walk. He's one of the main characters. So, you got a chance to check it out. You ain't doing nothing. You want to find something to sit back and chill on. Those two are some good movies to watch. That's just my quick review on The Long Walk and The Last House. Those two. I don't have a lot for y'all tonight because he said, you ever seen an old movie called Dog Soldiers? Can't say that I have seen that movie. Actually, I can say that I have not seen that movie, Eric R. But is it a good movie? And if it is, let me know. I will look it up and give it a look, come back and give it a rating. But I'm telling you, if I had to tell you which one to pick out of the Long Walk or the Last House, I would say go with the Long Walk first because I think that is the better of the two. Just because of what goes on in the Long Walk. You know what I'm saying? Just because what goes on in the Last Walk. I think you guys will like that one better. I've already gave you an idea that the movie, excuse me, the name of the movie pretty much tells you what the movie is. Some people might not feel like they can watch a movie like that, but I'm telling you, if you give it a shot, just give it a chance. I think you'll be invested once they start walking in the movie. You'll get invested, and you will want to watch it until the end. He said that's a good movie. Boom! My brother that came and then showed back up, y'all. Oh shit! The hands. Hold on, I'm about to bring my brother back in. I got to get his hand, get the audience together. Get that off. Get the audience together so we can go ahead and salute him the correct way. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my brother from another mother and father. Y'all know who it is, just like I know who it is. Wait, is he still there? Decay is in the building. Give me a round of applause.
I don't even know what you're talking about, fam. I just had popped back on.
Oh no, I was giving a quick review on these two movies that I was saying are some pretty good looks. I had found the original High Noon. I went on and dropped that for Champ Ross one time, let him hear about the Kitty Cat Saloon. But have you heard of either one of those movies, The Long Walk or The Last House?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, if you have time and you can, you want to sit down and watch a movie, The Long Walk is a good movie. The guy that plays in it is rumored that he's going to be the new Black Panther. He's one of the main characters. And the movie is it takes place, I think it's a war that took place. I'm not really for sure, just from the background of what you see in it. But the country is kind of hurting, and they're trying to get back to greatness and all this kind of stuff. And I'll get to that question in just a second, Eric. What they do is it's like 50 young men. They start off, and they walking, and there's no finish line. But the winner becomes rich, and they get to make a wish, and they try to grant that wish for you as soon as you make the wish. And once they start walking, there's no stop. You got to walk, and you can't fall behind. You can't fall below 3 miles an hour. So you got to be walking at a pretty swift pace, which is 3 miles an hour, and you're trying to outwalk the field. So out of those 50 guys, only one of them are going to win. Now, the tragic part about the movie is if you fall below 3 miles per hour, or you catch a cramp and you can't continue or something like that, you die.
Damn. How you die?
They expire you.
Oh, they shoot you?
Yeah, they give you a bullet.
Oh, okay.
So
like not Hunger Games, but Squid Game.
No, this ain't no Squid Game. I feel you. Squid Game do give you a bullet, but this, you know what I'm saying? While they walking, I'm gonna give you one. There's these guys that are walking are you would say are anywhere from 21. They pretty much average, I'll say about 18 to 21, but there is one guy in there, he's like maybe 10 to 13, and he's the first fatality. And when they see what happens to him, it's like, wow. And this is an annual thing. This takes place annually, this walk. So the country knows what to expect once people get into it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows, what's going to happen if you can't complete the walk. So, they start, you start off walking, they're not televising it. And once it starts getting down to like the last few contestants, then they start televising it. And it's brutal because you're sitting there and you watching it. I was watching it, I'm sitting and I'm like, damn, nighttime falls. And there's no stop to rest, no stop to sleep. This is one long, continuous walk. The minute they say go, it's time to walk. Now, how they make sure that you stay on point, there's a tank rolling, a couple of Jeeps with some soldiers, and a major that's keeping an eye on the field and everything. And I will say that they end up walking over 200 miles. They walk longer than that, but I'm just giving you an idea of how long they walk, the work they putting in to win this money, and this wish. But it's a pretty good movie. It's a pretty good movie. And I was also telling them about the movie called The Last House. It's some creatures in the movie, because I don't want to give too much away from it. Some creatures in the movie. It's a storm that comes through. If you happen to be in the house, some kind of invisible shield comes over your house where you can't get out the house. You know what I'm saying? You can't get out the house. If you trapped outside when it starts, then you just outside. But then those creatures. And you can imagine you trapped in the house, and everything around is messed up. So 9 times out of 10, the power company gonna get messed up, the light company, all this kind of stuff, right? But some kind of way they had lights and everything still throughout the movie. But food becomes a scarcity. It becomes real scarce in the house. And you see people in some of their houses starve to death and stuff like that. Some people just can't take it and they kill themselves. But this one family, this father, this mother, and their 2 children, they are very resourceful. And the way they survive is like when you're watching it and you can see the way this thing is up against the house, your mind will start wondering how are they gonna make it. But then when you see the things that they start doing in order to make it, you be like, wow, they really fought to survive. And they end up being locked in the house for over 3-4 years.
Damn.
So it's a pretty decent movie as well.
Okay.
My boy Eric R said, you see the new Spider-Man movie, MZ? I sure did. Hey, that Spider-Man movie fire. You right, Eric R. Movie Trade Weather. I am a Marvel junkie. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, I liked the superheroes, Marvel and stuff like that. I'm pleased to be an older gentleman that get a chance to see the new technology bring my favorite comic books to life. And the new Spider-Man, bro, they did a good job to me. They did a real good job to me. Yeah, they laid it out right. They took their time. They didn't rush it. And the storyline fits great. You can see that the Marvel universe is starting to expand even more because X-Men characters are showing up. What's the name of that? The karate experts or the ninjas, they are in there. The hand, Scorpion, not Scorpion from the fighting game, but the Scorpion from Spider-Man. But the movie is good. It actually picks up from when Doctor Strange made everybody forget who Spider-Man was, who Peter Parker was. They picking up from there. And they did a great job with it. You know what I'm saying? Mary Jane is still in there. I was surprised to find out that Spider-Man and the girl that plays Mary Jane, that plays am I saying it right? Mary Jane is her name. But the girl that plays his girlfriend, I didn't realize they had got married. They didn't got married, but it's a very good movie. I enjoyed the heck out of it. My boy Eric R said he saw it twice. I ain't gonna lie to you, Eric R. I saw it twice too. I saw that mug twice too. I enjoyed the heck out of it. The first time, my daughter had texted me and was like, "Ooh, Dad, the new Spider-Man movie, y'all gotta go see it." And I was like, "How you gonna watch the movie and not tell me?" I feel you, bro. You see, I hadn't seen the new Spider-Man yet. I had to jump off before I heard too much. I wasn't gonna tell too much. I was just giving the characters that's in it. I ain't gonna tell you what's going down. I let you know that it's picking up from where they made people forget who Spider-Man was so he could be Spider-Man. But, what's happening to him is comic book ready, comic following the script. So yeah, Mary Jane. Okay, MJ. So yeah, I wasn't gonna tell you too much. I just want to let you know that hey, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. I rank it in there. I rank it with one of the Avengers, with both of the Thanos movies. I rank it with that one, with those. It's just good. It's just good. So you get a chance to check it out. He said his daughter took him to see it. Like I was saying, my oldest daughter, me and her usually go see, Ebony. That's my ride or die. When we go to the amusement parks and stuff like that, she's the first one that's gonna be like on the roller coasters with me. She's gonna ride all the scary rides with me. And when it comes to good movies, especially Marvel movies, she and I are like deep into them. So like I said, she texts me, "Oh, Dad, I went and checked out the movie." And I'm like, "How you gonna go see the movie without me?" Even though she's staying in Houston, I was being funny. She gonna tell me go see it with the baby girl. Baby girl saw the text because we got a group text. She was like, "Yeah, Dad, we can go see it tomorrow." I'm like, "Nah, let's go see it on the day I'm off." Not now. I didn't let them know that I had access to watch the movie from home, thanks to my brother Obese. So I pulled it up and checked it out at the house the first night it came out. And I was like, man, they went hard. Oh, you know what, Eric? Oh, I'm lying to you. I saw the movie 3 times. I watched it twice at home. And then when we went to Houston, we put it on TV for Big E so he can watch it. And man, Big E got a TV. He got a nice 65-inch. The screen, man, the picture on his TV is so pretty. It is a beautiful showing TV. Man, he said, what would be dope if they if they introduced a Mary Jane and he calls her MJ because she reminds him of. Why would they give him a new Mary Jane? She is Mary Jane in the movie. That's what's so dope about it. I'm like, you got your wife playing, the character with you, Zendaya, that reminds him of Zendaya character. Well, there's some stuff that happens in the movie that kind of throw him off. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to, I don't want to spoil it for nobody. But I feel like it was super cool, that those two have gotten together. They look nice together. They seem to have a nice thing going on. I wish them nothing but the best. But it's got to be so cool to be able to do a movie with the person that you married and in love with. That, and oh man, I almost forgot. If y'all remember learning about the Trojan War and all that, they got a movie called Odyssey where they both play in the movie. But they never call her Mary Jane, though. Just MJ. Yeah, they just call her MJ in the movie. But if you get a chance to see Odyssey, because they both play in that movie, and the dude that plays the Punisher in Spider-Man, he is also in that movie. And I think they did a heck of a job in Odyssey. Odyssey is a good movie, man. So if y'all get a chance to check out Odyssey, I say that you should also give that a good give that a look, because the take that they use in this movie is quite different, from what you learn about it in school and everything. They give a different view of what's going on in the Odyssey. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. I mean, to me, it's a good movie. It reminded me of learning about it in 4th grade and just being amazed with it and seeing it in cinema is great. He said, I ain't watching the Odyssey. It's Troy or nothing for me. I'm telling you, bruh, don't shoot it down. Give it a shot. I'm telling you, if you give it a shot and when they bring up the part about the Trojan horse and how things are going, and you see the way they point, the way they're teaching the story, and you're gonna be like, oh man, I got it. They got an 800-pound lady playing my favorite character. An 80-pound lady. Oh, you yeah, they are using that they are using that lady. Let me just say it like that, so not to offend anyone. But if you get a chance to watch Odyssey, man, I think y'all should watch Odyssey. And now I'm sitting here, something. Oh, here's another one that I feel you guys are like. The Death of Robin Hood. If you get a chance to watch The Death of Robin Hood, that is another good movie that I think will pique interest, because it ain't Robin Hood robbing the poor. I mean, robbing the rich and giving to the poor. Robin Hood, I'm gonna just give y'all this so y'all can get an idea what I'm talking. Robin Hood is a mass murderer. he's a serial killer. He likes killing. The stories you heard about Robin Hood robbing from the rich and give to the poor, it's all fake. It's all fake. Robin Hood is robbing and killing just because he liked to. And it's a redemption story, the way they got it. But if you get a chance to watch The Death of Robin Hood, okay, so The Death of Robin Hood, Odyssey, Long Walk, The Last House. I'm telling you, fellas, ladies, if y'all in there, because I know the ladies be sitting in and they be listening, but they don't really be saying nothing. Fellas, if you get a chance to watch those movies, give them a watch and then holler at me and tell me if I ain't telling you the truth about what's going on. The Death of Robin Hood is good. The Death of Robin Hood is good. Big Bro is in the building. Ernest Davis, but y'all know him as Big E, a.k.a. my favorite producer, Maestro, Texas Timbo. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Manny Draperly. What else can I say? Give him a round of applause just for him showing up. Bro! There you go. But I'm telling you, man, The Last House, let me tell you, I'm gonna name them from the way I feel like you should you should watch them. You got to run off between the Long Walk and The Death of Robin Hood. You can either one of those can go first. The Death of Robin Hood, The Last of the Long Walk, or you can go with The Long Walk, The Death of Robin Hood. Then The Odyssey, for sure. You know what I'm saying? That should be, man, how can I you know what? I would say The Long Walk, Odyssey, Death of Robin Hood, Last House. Oh, and the new Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? You can't, in my opinion, you can't go wrong with any of those. All of those are good. All of them are good. I mean, once I sat down and started, especially Robin Hood. Now, don't get me wrong. It seems like it starts off slow, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get some murder. You're going to get some murdering right in the start. And then that's when the story starts to unfold about Robin Hood. To give you a chance, you'll start saying, okay, Robin Hood is not to do. He does use a bow and arrow. You know what I'm saying? He does have a bow and arrow, and him and Little John are beasts. Now, the married men, you don't see the married men. You don't see Fried Tuck. All that stuff ain't in there. You just got Robin Hood and Lil John. And I ain't talking about, I ain't talking about that Lil John. I'm talking about the Little John that was Robin Hood's homeboy. But if you get a chance to watch The Death of Robin Hood, man, I'm telling you, give it a shot, because it's a redemption story for Robin Hood, but it's also going to show you that Robin Hood was a serial killer, a mass murderer. Well, not mass, because he didn't wear a mask. He was just a murderer. He liked killing. That's what he liked doing. And he'll kill you and don't give it a second thought. That's Robin Hood. So Odyssey, I'm telling you, bro, Odyssey is a good movie too, man. Y'all check out Odyssey. Eric R. Just do your homeboy MZ a favor. Give it a peep. I'm telling you, if you peep it, and I know you say Troy is your movie, but Troy and Odyssey, they the same realms. But the way the story is going to be told in Odyssey, it's going to give you a whole nother point of view, and you're gonna be like, okay, I see where they're going with this. I see how they're doing with this. Now, that's all I can say. That's all I can say. I don't want to give you too much, you know what I'm saying, except for in Odyssey, you see that somebody is realizing that the moves that they made to get things done, the Trojan horse is to this person. It's a hero. It made him a hero, but it also was like a curse. It's almost like a curse to mankind on what they did with the Trojan horse. So I'm going to tell you, man, give Odyssey a shot. Give it a look. I'm telling you, I think you'll come back and be like, it's a good movie throughout. The Odyssey, The Lone Walk, Death of Robin Hood. Big Obese told me about the Death of Robin Hood. I kind of gave him some pushback at first, but then when he explained to me what was popping off with Robin, I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and pull it up, see what Robin Hood talking about. And once I saw what Robin Hood was talking about, I was like, oh, okay. I sat back, put my feet up, got me some nice tea that my wife be making for me and some water, and sat back and enjoyed it. It's one of those kind of movies that last couple of weeks, honestly, I went down to Houston to hang out with Big E, and we started working on some new songs. Y'all be prepared. We finna hit y'all with something different. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there right now. We got a song. Obese and I was riding. We was coming up with some ideas for some tracks that we got, some hot new tracks. And we came up with this idea. We're going to do a song called MAGA. Before y'all think that we tripping, just know that you're going to like it when you hear it. Because MAGA don't stand for what y'all think MAGA stand. It ain't to make America great again. We gave it a whole new meaning. And once we drop it on y'all going to say these boys is crazy. Y'all going to straight say we crazy, but I think y'all going to enjoy what we putting on it. For real. So, movie review, I'm telling you, I got to keep hammering it out. Write it down. Make a note. Make a note on your phone. I don't care. But just Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man, must watch. Odyssey, in my opinion, must watch. The Death of Robin Hood. Those three for sure. I'm going to say you must watch. The Lone Walk and The Last House, I won't say they are must watch unless you are kind of a movie buff or you just like to watch a good movie. I think those two will also fall on the list, and I think you'll be entertained. I think you will like what you see. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all one thing that might happen in The Lone Walk. Somebody might be going through something and a tank run over their legs. They don't die. They sitting there screaming in pain. And the people are telling them, you got a warning. You got to get your ass up and start walking. After the tanks ran over their legs. I don't know how they expected them to get up. But, it's one of those things. Y'all give it a look, and I think y'all going to like it. There's another movie that I started watching, but I haven't finished yet. I'm going to start it over tonight, and that's called Evil. Obese be coming up with this stuff for me to watch. It's called Evil Burn Dead, and the way it started off, it looked like it's good. If you like those kind of movies, those Evil Dead movies and stuff like that, then this is a movie for you, Evil Burn Dead. I think you will enjoy that one. I'm not really one of those type of people that like those kind of movies. I don't like nothing that's talking about spirits and stuff like that, running around doing stuff. I just feel like I can't watch those movies like by myself. Call MZ scary, call me what you want. I just don't mess with those movies like that by myself. If I'm gonna watch a movie like that, I'm gonna have to have people watch it with me. Like the wife or Big E or my big sister Pat. I got to be with some people in order to watch those kind of movies. I just don't mess with them by myself. I just don't. Now I watch Fallen with Denzel and them, that's something different. But when they get to getting the evil stuff, like Eddie Murphy said in The Vampire from Brooklyn, evil is good. I don't watch those. I don't watch I don't like devil movies, demon movies, spirit movies. I don't like those things, especially when they be doing chanting and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, I just had this weird thing about me. It's like, what if I watch the movie and like something come through the TV and be trying to hang out at my house? How do you put it out? Now, I ain't the strongest Christian. You know, I'm just keeping real with y'all. I don't know my Bible through and through like some people. I know some stuff, but yeah, I might not have the right stuff to fight the evilness that might come through the TV. So I try to leave that stuff in the TV. You know what I'm saying? And don't laugh at me. I'm just keeping it real. I'm letting y'all know that's how it is. But those movies, I think, are some good looks. I'll be remiss if I didn't tell y'all about it. It'd just be bad for me not to tell y'all. Because I said I'm going to give y'all some ideas on movies. I'm going to try to hit it again once I get my brother DeCane. I know he has the time. I'm going to try to hit another album review, some old school music. I think I figured out how to do it without getting the strikes so they don't make us take it down so y'all don't get a chance to enjoy it because, yeah, they will put it in where y'all can't watch it, even if I have to give it to y'all privately or something. But I did learn -MDTM. If you do it live, if y'all catch it live, you'll be able to catch the whole thing. But if you try to catch the replay, you probably won't be able to see it unless YouTube actually take what I put up there, the little read thing about using it for learning and stuff like that. Yeah, if I'm watching a horror movie, the villain got to be tangible to be entertaining. Yeah, I feel you on that. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. When I was a kid, we watched the first time I saw The Exorcist. The Exorcist messed me up, you know, and I'm talking about the old school Exorcist where they made the little girl head spin around and she was the green projectile stuff coming out of her mouth and stuff like that. But as a young kid, you know, we didn't have that super high-tech stuff to, you know, for scary movies and stuff. So this, at the time that I'm saw, this the early 80s, you know, The Exorcist at that time was a scary-ass movie. Scary. I mean, scary. I watched it with my aunt and cousins and all this. You know, I had a bunch of people around me, but that movie really did something to me. You know, I was laugh if you want, but MZ was scared to go to bed. I was scared to be in the room with the door closed and it's dark. All that stuff. My brother, the great Trey X, salute. He been out there busting people's heads, I know, snatching in their money. But as I was saying, you know, that movie had me messed up as a youngster. You know, that movie really did a number on me. Now, The Omen didn't scare me like the Exorcist did. I think The Exorcist messed with me because they actually was like putting the voice and making the girl face change, and when her head spent around, and just I knew that was a demon, evil spirit, whatever you want to call it. So that kind of messed me up growing up as far as movies like that go. You know, that kind of made me say, I draw the line right now. It's hard. You hard pressed to try to get me to watch a scary movie like that. I could watch a horror show, you know, where the killer is somebody running around doing some stuff. I can watch that kind of horror. But if you bring in some spirits to the realm, I'm going to have some little issues with that. I'm going to need some help. You know, I ain't watching that by myself. I need to be sitting down with the family. So I can't explain it. I just know that those kind of movies do something to me. That's all I'm saying. Call it how you like. MZ scary? Yeah, when it comes to demons and devils and shit like that, I am. I'm scared and the scariest person. I might hurt you if it's, especially, I can watch it if all the lights is on. You know, I might mess with it if all the lights is on. But if we got to watch it in the dark, no, I'm not doing it. I got to have a lamp on, a flashlight. A girl I dated from Maryland used to work at the Georgetown University. She took me to where they shot The Exorcist at night. That was scary. What? So you went to a place where they did some shooting of it? Like did you see the building, or is it the house where the priest jumps out the window and hit those stairs and roll down? Did you see that part? I've never actually had the pleasure to go to anything where something scary was shot or something like that. Because, you know, here in San Antonio, they got these railroad tracks. Story that I've always been told, but I've never tried it. But there's a story here in San Antonio that if you put some flour on your car on the back, there's this railroad track that one day or night, I'm not for sure how the story, if it was day or night, but there was a bus of children that got hit by a train. And if you put your car on the tracks and turn it off and put it in neutral, that the spirits of the kids will push your car off of the tracks, and you will see the handprints in the flour on the trunk. I've never tried it. I've never been brave enough to attempt it. But when I first met my wife, you know, this was a story that she was telling me that they was doing in San Antonio. I've heard other people in San Antonio tell the same exact story. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I have never asked what railroad tracks it was, because that's not something that I want to play with or even attempt. I don't want to know if it's some spirits that can push my car off the railroad tracks, because one of them might want to catch a ride. They might want to ride with me and go home and not go back to wherever it was that they came from. So no, I ain't stopping on the railroad tracks with no flour just to test to see if that's real. Like I said, call me scary, call me whatever you want, but that ain't something I'm doing. So you went to the stairs where he said, oh, wow. And you say it looks scary? See? And a thing that get me when they be doing those kind of scary movies and stuff like that, that do that spirit stuff, you always hear a lot of bad, you always hear the stories about with them making it, how people either went crazy or certain weird stuff happened to the actors or the actresses after they completed the movie. It's like just something bad happened. So I'm like, if I was an actor or something like that, movies I would stay away from. Roles that I would stay away from, movies I would stay away from, is spirit movies where y'all trying to say, okay, the devil gonna come in you or the demon gonna come in you and possess you. I'm not doing that role. I don't care how much money y'all got. I ain't doing that role. I'm not homophobic, but I don't want to do a gay role either. I ain't doing that role. I ain't kissing no brothers or no men's or nothing. I don't want to do none of that. Give me, I'll play a gangster role. I'll play all kind of roles, but not those roles. I don't want to be in a devil movie. And I don't want to be the gay dude. I just don't want to do that kind of role. If I was an actor, that would be my stance. And I've heard plenty of actors that say that. The guy that played Pinky, he was saying that, you know, when people saw him do the role in Paid in Full, when he was the pimp gangster dude, they kind of tried to like he was kind of like getting stereotyped and stereo cast in that kind of role. They tried to get him to play another kind of role. He was like, no, I ain't gonna play that role. He also played a movie where he was kind of harsh on some women. I think they was a military or something like that, and he was real harsh on the girls. He said he won't do a role like that anymore. So, you know, I can see some actors that have the kind of idea I have when it comes to something like that. So scary movies are good to watch. I just can't watch them I don't watch them by myself. That's not something that you hear MZ saying, hey, here's a good movie that I watched by myself and y'all should check it out. No, I ain't doing it. Y'all, so y'all ain't never got to worry about hearing me talk about the devil movies and none of that by myself. Hell, I had a hard time watching Devil. And that was a movie about them being in the elevator. And like Eric R said, the villain was, you know, it was feasible to see, but I still was like, dang, you know, it just wasn't my kind of movie. I enjoyed watching it when I watched it with my wife and my kids. But by myself, you can forget that, bro. I'm not doing it. Say what you like, say what you want. Say MZ said he ain't. No, I'm not. In Deliverance, which one is that? Is that the one where the girl? Because I know my wife will watch all kind of scary movies. She don't have no problem. She'll watch a scary movie. She'll watch Deliverance. it's another one that she watched. She be watching that kind of stuff. I'm like, girl, how? I could fall asleep and wake up and she had a movie. She have a scary movie on. If it's too late at night, I'm getting out the room. I'll go in the studio / office and get on the computer and start making a beat or something, or working on a song. I just scary movies just mess with me too bad, bro. They just mess with me too bad. And you know how you can watch something, then you go to sleep, you dream, you had old messed up ass dreams. I can't be going through that kind of stuff. I can't be. I done woke up plenty times. I told you I watched her. He said, devil had me taking the stairs for a month. I feel you, Eric. I feel you. Certain stuff just, it might be just a little too much for me. Just a little too much for me. And I can do some stuff, but there's some stuff that I just draw the line at. And evil movies, I'm like, who actually want to sit down and say, you know what, let's do this evil movie? I like watching movies that they are based in real life kind of stuff. But when they start talking about this was real life exorcism and these kind of weird things happen, I kind of stay away from those too. I watch true crime movies. I watch, a lot of stuff like that. But when you get to saying that, they said this happened for real and it was some devil stuff, miss me on that. I'm just keeping it real with y'all 100%. MZ, I ain't gangster against the spirits. I'm sorry. I'll face a man anytime, but you bring the spirits into it, nah. I ain't trying to fight the spirits. Like I said, I ain't just 100% knowing my Bible back and forth through. So I don't know what the right verse is to say to get him out of there or her or whatever it is, So let's just not invite it over. So, you know what I'm saying? That the story I just told y'all about the car, I'm telling you that's it. He said Miss Wallace has to hold MG hand when they watch a horror movie. No, a horror movie, bro, a horror movie and a devil, demon, spirit movie. Those are two different kind of things. I can watch some horror stuff. I can't watch. It's hard for me to watch the devils and stuff like that. It's just hard for me to do it. Bro, I grew up in the house, my auntie and stuff like that, my auntie and cousins then, bro, I've heard some stuff that they did. My cousins and stuff, they was real outgoing with trying shit and doing shit they shouldn't do and pushing boundaries. You know how that messed with you when you were a kid and you see people doing. Okay, I'm gonna give you something. And this, right, what I'm about to say, this is not a lie. This is 100% the truth. I'm gonna give y'all two stories that happened in my auntie's house. My cousin Catherine, God rest her soul, she's passed away. One day they in the house, and they decided they gonna have a seance. And they done lit some candles, and then in Fred and Lena room, they done cut the lights off. They got this camera going, and Catherine is sitting there talking this crazy stuff, and she say some stuff about evil spirit, all this kind of stuff. I'm not trying to say the words that she said, but she said some evil stuff. Come on in. And when I tell y'all remember those windows? I don't know how old you are, but my auntie at this time they was in the projects, and they had those windows with the handle that you pull down. In order to open the window, you had to pull the handle up and you push the window out. It was those swing windows. Later on, the project changed those windows to the up-down windows, but these was those swing windows. They swing open and close. And when you pull the handle down, it locks the window. So they got this candle going and stuff like this, and she's talking this craziness, and she says something about some evil spirit come into me type shit. Bro, when I say she said that, the candle, now y'all gonna say that one of the cousins blew out the candle, but they didn't. The candle went out, and remember I said that this window has this handle that you gotta turn it in order for it to open and close. This window was closed and the handle was not up. And it wasn't no storm outside, and it wasn't real windy or nothing like that. This window flung open, and this hard breeze came in and blew out the candle. Bro, when I say that me and my cousins almost killed each other trying to get out this room, falling down the stairs, that's one story. Now I'm what's the word? I'm traumatized. I'm traumatized. But the story gets worse because Catherine was in her room and she was, she was real upset about something. And the family had gotten into a fight with another family. And Catherine was, in her mind, she had said it openly that she was talking about killing somebody. She went to bed with this on her mind. And the next day, she got up. When she got up and she came to talk to us, because we didn't hear this, but she said she was in her room, door closed. It's about, I think she said 2 or 3 in the morning. And she hears this voice and these footsteps coming up the stairs. And she said she got this real bad feeling that this whatever it was coming to her room, and it hit her doorknob and was coming in her room. Nobody's in his house but the family. Front door is locked. Nobody's came in his house. It scared her so bad she started eating pages out of the Bible. Y'all hear what I said? She heard something, and she said it was voices. And it was coming up the stairs, and it was coming to her room, and she heard it hit the doorknob. And she started eating pages out the Bible. Literally eating her Bible. That's how scared she was. Do y'all know when she told my auntie this? And the sun was up and we was all listening. I was scared out of my mind. Bruh. We talking about being so scared that I wouldn't even get up at night to go to the bathroom to pee. I would literally hold it. I would literally hold it. I used to be so scared to go over my auntie's house because they, my cousins, I told you they would push boundaries. They would play dumb stuff like that. Now, out of all my years, nobody has ever said, oh, that was us just playing jokes on y'all. Nobody has never did that. Whenever those conversations come up, my sisters and brothers who are older than me, they have stories that they've told. They lived in this area, when they first got to Gary from Mississippi. They would tell stories. They was telling the story. I was a real little kid then, so I'm so glad that I don't have memories that I was so much a little kid. But they have told stories. We had an uncle named Otha, Uncle Otha, and he went to the military. It was a war he went to. And they was on a porch, and it was storming real, real hard. And they had this fence around their property. And they said one day, before the military had let them know that Uncle Otha was dead, that he had got killed in action, that they was sitting on the porch and, it's raining. They had one of those porches you could sit on, and it's raining, it's storming. And they told this story, and it's never changed. That they looked out at the corner of the fence, and Uncle Otha was leaning on the pole, waving at them, leaning on the fence pole, waving at them. They knew it was impossible for him to be there because he was away at war. The next day, they get the phone call from the military letting them know that he was dead. I'm just telling y'all stories that was told and things that was happening at my auntie's house that I know y'all probably pretty gangster. Y'all grew up a little, the things don't bother y'all as much. But for me, that shit was traumatizing. How do you see your uncle who's away at war leaning on the pole waving at you? But my cousins and my auntie, the ones that, a lot of them are passed away now, They told that story. They told that story in front of my auntie, and my auntie didn't correct them or say, no, that's not how it went, or no, that was wrong. My auntie sat in agreement with them with what they told. My cousins, and they did some stuff. Their house in their project, I'm glad they moved. They moved out of that apartment, that project house, to a different one. But when they stayed in that certain project house, bruh, it was 2 rooms I refused to go in. There was a bedroom downstairs. It was 1, 2, 3. It was 4 bedrooms upstairs. There was a bedroom downstairs right at the bottom of the stairs. You turn left, you go into that bedroom. You turn right, you go into the living room. That bedroom that you turn left in, I don't know what they did in that room, but nobody would sleep in that room. Nobody. I had one cousin that would sleep in that room. And she was kind of thrown off. But stuff used to happen in that room. I got put on punishment one day. And my punishment, I had to be in that room. Bro, I was so scared in this room. Because, when you're on punishment, you have to go in the room. You have to close the door. I was so scared in that room. I think my auntie realized how terrified and horrified I was. Her couch, like I said, you make a left to go in that bedroom. You make a right to go into the living room. Her couch was right there when you make that right. So you could sit on the couch and look into that room. My auntie realized I was so scared being in that room that they wouldn't close the door. And I would sit at the door so I can see the couch. So just so I can see them. I wouldn't even look at the closet in that room, bro. I am not lying to you. I wouldn't even look at the closet. I would just look out the door and whoever's sitting on the couch. I was so scared and horrified of that room that they never put me in punishment in that bedroom again. When they seen the way I reacted and how scared I was, honestly, I'm going to be honest, I peed on myself in that room, how scared I was. I never was put in that room again. I never went in that room again. When my auntie let me come about that room off of punishment, I never went in that room again in my life. I hated that room. I was sitting in that room, bro, because the stuff that they would do in that room and the things that happened, I just couldn't. I couldn't, man. Right now, I'm telling y'all, I'm sitting here tripping right now because I'm like, oh, man. So, long story short, that's why I don't mess with devil, demon, spirit movies like that. You're right, Trey. I have to be here. I have to be around everybody. If my family like, oh, we want to watch this movie. If they watching it as a group, I'll watch it with them reluctantly. Straight up. I'm like, I'm built for a lot of stuff. I'm not built. I'm not built to fight. I don't want to fight spirits, ghosts, demons. I don't want to fight none of that. I don't want to. No, I don't. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I don't. Not by myself. Hell no. Hell no. If a scary movie like if a devil movie came on and everybody was like, man, this is a movie you gotta watch, I ain't watching it by myself. And I damn sure ain't watching it in the dark. My wife will tell you to this day, she'll put on a scary movie, I turn on the lights. I ain't talking about the lamp on the side of the bed. I'm talking about the ceiling light. I'm cutting on the light that break the whole room bright. And she'd be like, why you got to cut on the light? I'm like, why you got to watch this movie? Can we watch Remember the Titans? Or can we watch anything but this evil spirit that you trying? I'm not trying. Call me what you want, scary, traumatized. I don't give a fuck. You can call me what you want. I do not care. I don't mess with that. I don't mess with that. I do not. And yeah, y'all might think I'm joking with y'all, but if I can get my big brother on here or my big sister, then they can tell y'all some stuff that truly took place in my auntie's house. In my heart, in my mind, everything about me, truly believe they had called something up in their house. They had called something up in that house, and it didn't leave. So yeah, I'm a real stickler. I don't play with that kind of stuff. I don't fuck around with Ouija boards. I don't anything that got something to do with you. I don't mess with those people that say they channel. I don't do card readings. I don't do palm readings. I don't do none of that. I don't want you doing it around me. I don't want to give you a ride to it. I most definitely don't want to pick you up from it. Best thing you can do if you go do something like that, just don't tell me you did it. Because the first thing I'm thinking just automatically is, did you let something out that you shouldn't? Is it following you? Do it want to come to your house and cause mischief? Do it want to come in? No, I can't do none of that, bro. I can't do none of that. None of it. None of it. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. But I'm telling y'all the 100% honest truth. I've seen stuff. I've heard stories. But when you see people actually do stuff, and you, like I said, that window snatched open and the wind came in there and that candle blew out, we damn near hurt ourselves trying to get out that room. It was me, Fred, Lee, Catherine, Bozo, Nita, and Catherine was like, she said some crazy stuff. I don't know what she said. I'm glad I can't remember, but I do remember her saying, "Evil spirit, come in here, or come in me." She one of those, come in here or come in me. And when that window opened up, that wind blew in there and knocked that candle out, we was up out of there. Everybody, because my auntie wasn't at home. I think, if I remember correctly, she was at choir practice. And when she came home, we were all downstairs in the living room with all the lights on. But that room downstairs, the downstairs room at the bottom of the stairs, because the room that they did that in, that was in Catherine's room. And remember, I told y'all she heard something come into her room. She started eating pages out the Bible. That, I don't even know how she was still sleeping in that room after she did that. But that downstairs room, they used to mess with all Ouija board, and they I don't know, they just was weird. I love them to death, I love my cousins, but they did some weird shit. And that house, it just scared me. It weirded me out. I was so glad when I love going to see my cousins and spending time with my cousins, but I ain't fuck with that room. I didn't too much go in Catherine's room. And if I remember correct, to be honest with y'all, I just didn't waste time going in her room. I didn't do that. I would go in my auntie's room. Lee and Fred Bozo, they shared a room. When I spent the night over there, that's why I was sleeping in the room with them. Nita had her room, which was next to Catherine's room. She had a room to herself. Catherine had a room to herself. That downstairs room, I guess I'll say the downstairs room, the people that used it, Sarah and Sonny. And those were my meanest two cousins. They were the meanest. Sonny, you know how they say meaner than a rattlesnake? He was that. He was that. And him and Sarah could be in that room and like they was at home in there. I'm like, no. They could be like, come here, little cuz. No, I don't want to come in that room. I do not want to come in there, bro. Being on punishment, y'all probably laughed at me, and I don't give a shit. But they put me on punishment in that room. I peed on myself. I was so scared in that room. I don't know. I know it probably, people probably say, man, I'll never be that scared. But as a kid, and after seeing what I saw and hearing the stories, and I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest out of both of those families. I'm, my closest person in my family, my brother, he's 9 years older than me. And my auntie's family, the closest person that was to me was like 8 years older than me. So I was the baby of both families until Pooh Bear came along. But Pooh Bear was my cousin's baby. So she didn't count as far as first cousins and brothers and sisters. It was a big age gap with me and them. So they would tell stories about stuff they would do out on a small farm where they saw Uncle Otha, who died in the military. They saw him on. I still can't get over there. I'm like, y'all really saw him at the edge of the fence, leaning on the pole of the fence, waving at y'all, but he was going to war. Then the next day they found out he was dead. He got killed in action. I'm like, man, that's crazy. So when it comes to stuff like that, I believe in other realms. I believe in them and I don't play with them. Those are two things I don't mess with. Now I watch me a good old, I could watch some. They say this dude was murdering people. I could watch that. I can watch that. I can watch those. But if they say this is a true story about a dude that was murdering people and he said he was possessed, I ain't trying to mess with that. Especially if they say this really happened. The really happened tag. Now I like true story stuff, but I like true story if it's a regular person. They say he was killing or she was killing, or they were making bombs. I can ride with all that. But when you get to supernatural, when you get to that, you got to leave me out of it. Don't invite me. Don't ask me if I want some popcorn. I don't want nothing to do with that kind of movie. My wife liked those kind of movies, and I try to be the best husband I could be. But he said you could deal with suspense, but horror makes you. First of all, I ain't saying horror make me pee myself. So bag up. Suspense and horror is not the same as demons, spirits, devils. That's a whole nother category, bro. That's a whole nother category. Horror is something I can tangibly say, I can fight that. I can fight somebody that think they're crazy. I feel like I got a chance. But if it's a demon, devil, spirit, how am I fight that? You heard me say I don't know all my Bible like some people. My prayer, my scripture, quoting the scripture, that ain't the same. So no, horror will not make me piss myself. Suspense, you being funny right now. I'm gonna let you make it. Because I put myself out there, but I'm just being real because I'm telling you stuff that happened when I was a kid. How my cousins would do stuff. I'm telling you. Let me put it like this: if you was around some of that stuff coming up, I bet you'd be probably thinking the same way I do. You'd be like, "Nah, I don't fuck with that, MZ. You right. You're right." But that's just me, bro. I'm traumatized. I ain't ashamed to say it. I don't want no counseling. Can't nobody tell me I can go. Ain't nobody finna talk me into understanding that. I don't play with that. I just can't do it. I just can't. You repeat yourself. Wow. Man, I'm trying to opening up here, and my brother hit me with a slug like that. So you can deal with suspense, but horror make you piss yourself. I can hear his voice saying that right now. See, that's why we say we ain't gonna ever have you to be the person to talk the person off the ledge. Okay. He said The Exorcist was light work, OG. But you have to think about this, bro. When I saw The Exorcist, it was early 80s. 70s, you know, I'm a 70s baby. So the special effects and stuff like that was like, that was top notch for us as kids. You know, y'all start getting up to y'all stuff, you know, yeah, now I look at it, I'm like, you know, I'm like, yeah, the Exorcist special effects and stuff was crap now. But how do you tell that to a kid that's coming up early 80s? Late 70s. I think the first time I seen that damn Exorcist was like 77, 78. That messed with me. If or 80, it's somewhere around there. But you got to remember, I just told you about the damn window that opened up and the wind came in and blew the candle out after she said what she said, and the window was locked. You can't expect me to be able to say, "Oh, I'm tough with that." No, man, come on. He said, "Anybody chanting in my presence is getting slept." You don't chant around me at all. Matter of fact, I'm not putting myself in that situation for you to chant around me. But you're right. Right now, you know, my kids look at the Exorcist and be like, "Dad, you was really scared of this movie." I love my kids, but sometimes I want what? Forget y'all. Sit here and make fun of you. Dad, the Exorcist ain't scary. That's because y'all come up, y'all got way better special effects and stuff than what I had back in the day. Back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Norman Bates, black and white movie was scary. Not to me, because you know I knew that was a dude and he was just crazy. But what I'm saying is, you know, say you ain't summoning nothing on me, and you can't control it. And don't got no instruction manual. I feel you with that, Eric R. And even if you got an instruction manual, that make me doubt you even more. Why are you pulling that out? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't summons nothing. You know, see, because I don't even want to tell no more stories because it's weirding me out right now. But my cousins, them, they had no. It was like they was like, you know, fuck it, let's try it. And I was like, let's not. Let's not try it. Let's not do that. Please. Can we leave the spirits where they at? Just let them stay minding their business. Cause in my heart of hearts, I wish my brother or my brother was here or one of my cousins that they can get on this mic. I'm telling you, they can tell y'all some stuff and y'all will be like, bruh, for real. But they won't be lying. They would not be lying. It was some stuff going on in my auntie's house, bro. Scary stuff. I talk to my kids because I've told my kids about stories like this, and my kids be like, "For real, Dad?" You know, you know, my baby girl, she think everything funny, especially if I tell her a story about her dad being scared about something, or she think that's side splitting to her. So okay, go ahead, laugh it up, yuck it up, Daddy. Because I told my Peter, Dad, you really peed on yourself? Y'all done pissed yourself before too. At least I had a reason for my accidental urination inspiration. I was scared. So, yeah, it is what it is. Enough of that. Enough of that. I just watch good movies. Like I said, Spider-Man, Odyssey, The Long Walk, The Last House. What was the other one I said? Spider-Man, Long Walk, Odyssey. Oh, and the death of Robin Hood. Go ahead and that's one of those. Eric, I know my boy Eric R. feel me. Eric, you got my back, right? You got my back. I wish my wife probably sleep. I would get her to come and tell y'all about the railroad track thing that's here in San Antonio. I don't know what the railroad tracks is. I ain't never tried to go there. But the older people is here. They say, "Oh yeah, you take your car, you turn it off, put it in neutral, put some flour on the back so you can see the handprints, and the kids will push you off." The spirits of the kids that got killed on the railroad tracks. I'm like, why would anybody want to do that? Why would you want to do that? What if they get in the car with you? And I know when I say it and it come out of my mouth, you'd be like, come on, man. Are you hearing what you're saying? But if y'all seen and heard some of this stuff that I've seen and heard, y'all wouldn't think I'm playing. Y'all I can't convey it in such a way for y'all to see or understand. You know what I'm saying? What I'm telling y'all is straight up truth about what went on in my auntie's house. You know, I've heard many stories. When they stayed in a small farm, it was even worse. God, no, I am so glad I was so little when they was in the small farm. You know, the stuff they did when they was at the small farm. You know, when I was going over there, I remember the first time going over there. I was a little dude. I can't even remember how old I was, but I knew I was crying. I was sitting on my auntie. They had set me on my auntie's bed because my mom had to work. My mom worked hard all the time. She always had like 2 jobs, sometimes 3. My mom worked her ass off to get a nice house and have it decked out. But my auntie's house in the small farm, I don't know if it's still standing. The last time I went to Gary, it was still standing, but it was a lot of overgrown trees and stuff. And the place that I call the small farm, that we named the small farm, to give y'all an idea, say that there is, Gary is set up and there's a certain part of the section of the city that when you see the houses, you call it small farm because it literally looked like an area where there was just little farmhouses. And when I say little farmhouses, I'm talking about well water, outhouse. When my aunt, that was the first house that my auntie had in Gary, Indiana. And when they first moved into their house, they had an outhouse because they didn't have working plumbing in that house. They told me that my mom worked and got working plumbing in that house for them. So they had a well outside and an outhouse. And I hated that house. I hated that house. But when I remember the first time spending the night over there, I couldn't stop crying. I'm sitting on my auntie's bed and everybody, I could stop crying because this is how I stopped crying. You know, it was like the more it was like, don't worry about it, don't cry, little cousin. I'm bawling. Y'all know how a kid do. And my auntie said, go get the belt. For real. The minute she said, give me the belt, I stopped crying. But I don't really remember spending a lot of nights. I don't remember spending a lot of nights at that house. I remember that's one of my earliest memories. And I remember one time my mom took me over there and I had a poodle named Tigeree. And she dropped me and Tigeree off over there. And we weren't there. It wasn't an hour passed by. And Tigeree ended up missing. And I go looking for him. And it was a trail that we would go through because, you know, it was a literal trail. I guess the best way I can explain it, y'all, it was so old school. Like, if you watch one of those old movies, and this is gonna mess y'all head up probably. If you look at it like you see those slave movies where they walk through walking through the forest or the trees to go to like the market or something. That's the way it was there. The roads that surrounded those houses was dirt and gravel. So Tigeree come up missing, and we going through the trail, going to the market. And we was walking past one of the neighbors' house, and they had a garage. And it was a hole in the ground of their garage. It wasn't the well, because their well was outside. And I remember looking in that hole, and my fucking poodle was in there dead. And the liquid that was in that hole was white like milk. crying like the 10 man till they mentioned the belt. Yeah, you can call it the 10 man. Call it whatever crying you want to call it. She mentioned that belt. I got some understanding because nothing had happened except my mom had dropped me off, and I just was like, please, not here. But when she threatened me with the belt, I stopped crying. But I don't really remember spending too many nights like that, like Nipsey Russell. Tanae. I thought he said Tahi. Tahi. Didn't he say Tahi? And that's the Wiz. That's not Nipsey Russell played the 10 man in the Wiz. But they had stuff going on out there. My cousin there was some like savages. They just believed in doing stuff like that. And don't think that the family was crazy like that, because like I said, my family roots is from Mississippi. Grandfather got murdered by a group of white men on the railroad tracks. They murdered him on the tracks because grandma was so bright skinned that they thought she was a white woman, and they thought he was this black dude messing with this white woman. They killed him, and grandma escaped to Gary, Indiana, with her 2 daughters, my mother and my auntie. They went to Indiana as little girls, 9 and 7 years old, I believe, if I remember correctly. My grandpa Amzai, he was a 7 foot tall black man. My great grandmother, great grandmother, and the great grandmother were all so high yellow that they could have passed for white. They could have literally acted like white people, but they didn't. They refused to. They were the Allens. My mom's mom, them were high yellow people and my dad, my grandfathers and great grandfathers, they were dark, but they were like 7 foot, 6'11", 7'1". They was all giants. And grandpa, the generation that kicked that my mom came from and I showed up from, her dad was murdered in Mississippi, Yazoo, Mississippi, on some railroad tracks. I think she said Yazoo. I can't remember. I want to say Yazoo, but I don't want to put it on Yazoo. But it was a small town in Mississippi that they killed grandpa on the tracks. Grandma packed up her 2 girls and fled because she thought that they was going to try to pull something on her for being a white girl, messing with black men. When really the whole family was black, they just was bright. Straight up, y'all. I let y'all in through the door on some stuff, so when people hear me speak, sometimes, I do have that a slight dislike for some stuff, but it's because certain things that happen. It is what it is. But I don't do scary movies like that. But if y'all get a chance, y'all should watch the ones that I named out. And if you do watch it, let me know what you think. That's, once again, before I get up out of here, that's The Long Walk, The Last House, The Odyssey. I'm telling you, man, Odyssey is good, Eric. Or you should check out Odyssey, man. Wow, bro. You were loaded with family history. Yeah. Our family history is like, we had some. I heard some like my granddad, my great granddad. He stayed on one plantation, and great grandma stayed on another plantation. And on Sundays, the owners hate saying that. The owners would, let them, they could meet at church. They would meet at church. And sometimes I don't know how this ended up happening, but the two plantations that they worked on separately became one. And grandpa, great grandpa, he was so stricken by great grandma that he would pick his cotton and hers. When they worked in the field, he would fill his bag and her bag. That's how head over heels he was over her. How they got allowed to end up being together, when the story is hazy. I don't remember it all. I have to ask, get in touch with one of my great aunts and had them tell me. But I do remember the story of them saying that great grandpa liked great grandma so much that he would like pick his whatever they had to work in the field, cotton, whatever they was picking, he would fill his bag and hers. That's what you call putting in work for that girl. I'm glad he did it because I wouldn't be here. But with that being said, fellas, ladies, who's ever here, I'm about to get off of here. I don't want to be on too late. I do want to let y'all know, if y'all haven't been following, I've been on that Nolan Whale stuff real hard. It been bothering me. And I just been on it. It's crazy. I can honestly say in my heart of hearts, I think Mississippi's gonna mess over their family. I think those authorities are gonna mess over their family. Yeah, Grandpa was tough. You said he would have been phased. He wouldn't have been phased by the ex. Oh, okay. I can accept that. Grandpa was tough. Great grandpa, he was tough. But he wouldn't have had to worry about no exorcists because I don't think they had no TVs for him to worry about no exorcists. He had to worry about that whip and those people. So his worries was a lot less worry than his great grandson, his great grandson, running around worrying about being scared at the being scared of the exorcist. Now, I'm pretty sure he would have told me to buck up or whatever. But yeah, when I heard the story about how he was going out his way to woo great grandma, I was like, dang, he was picking his stuff and hers, be it cotton, be it the fuck? Cotton. They pick nuts. They pick corn. They was picking a lot of stuff, bro. They was picking a lot of stuff. A lot. But yeah, I'm glad he made his move. I hate that my great grandfather. I hate that the way I hate that my grandfather lost his life. And by the time I was born, grandma was already. I didn't meet my grandmother and my grandfather. My cousins, my brothers and sisters, they met my grandmother. They knew my grandmother. None of them know grandpa. None of them got to meet grandpa. They didn't meet grandpa. They knew Big Mama. They called grandma Big Mama. They knew her because they told about how they used to get, they'd be messing up and they get their ass whooped by Big Mama didn't play. And they used to always tell me, yeah, you better be glad you weren't born. Big Mama was alive. Big Mama would have tore your ass up. I'm like, why y'all hating? Y'all want me to get beat all the time? Just because y'all was fucking messing up and being bad as hell and pushing the limits don't mean I would have, because I would have looked at y'all, which I did. When I finally started paying attention, I was paying attention to how y'all was messing up and Mama was putting hands on y'all and Amy was putting hands on y'all. I was like, okay, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do none of that dumb shit that y'all doing. And no, I wasn't sneaking out no windows. I wasn't trying to do none of that. Not messing with Mama and Amy. They didn't play that. And hearing the stories of Big Mama, I'm like, man, Big Mama wasn't no punk. Only thing that ever scared me was dead kids / spirits. I feel you, Napoleon Armstrong. That's all I'm saying. I ain't scared of a bunch of stuff, but spirits, demons, devils, that bothers me. You know, I'm just keeping it real. That bothers me. A physical human form, a person, I can deal with that all day. I can deal with any kind of issues that you might want to throw at me. But if you get to chanting and talking about, you got it. You got it. I don't want none. You got it. Straight up. I ain't trying to deal with it. I ain't trying to deal with that at all. He said, I can't lie. When a man turned into the devil at the end of Tales from the Hood, they had me shook as a kid. I didn't piss. So that's going to be your punchline every time now. I didn't piss myself, though. Dude, I was a kid. Visiting and staying at a house that stuff was happening in. I guarantee you, bro, if you had been around back then at that time, yeah, you'd have had some issues too. Tales from the Hood, that wasn't even a scary movie to me. When he turned into the devil, I was like, oh, really? You know what I'm saying? I knew that was entertainment, but I see, okay. All I can say is okay. But I'm telling you, if you had been in that house that I was in, and you had heard and seen the stuff that they was doing, I'm telling you, you probably would have peed yourself the night that window opened up and that candle blew out. I didn't pee myself that night because I was too busy trying to run and get downstairs like everybody else. Because we all knew that window should not have opened up by itself. That window should not have opened up. And that wind should not have blown in. And when she said, evil spirit, come in here or come in me, that was it. Because it happened right after she finished speaking those words. And then I'm telling you, whatever it was that was going on in her room that scared her so bad to eat pages out the Bible, I'm glad I didn't hear it. Actually, I'm just so glad I didn't hear it. But that room downstairs, Trey, I'm telling you, they did stuff in that room and stuff happened in that room, and you would hear stuff. You would hear unnatural stuff that you should not be hearing in that room. And for anybody say, oh, well, maybe the walls was thin. Those projects, these are some projects that was well built. And when I say well built, I mean the building was brick. The inside walls, they weren't sheetrock, they were concrete. So you weren't hanging no pictures and shit on the walls like that. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't tapping no nail into the wall. Oh, come on, shoot. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Come on in here and say some things about the fights coming up this weekend. Because I'm thinking that Rolly might beat Tszyu. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, the door open, bro. The door always open. I just want to let y'all. I'm just telling y'all, stuff. Yeah, I think Rolly gonna beat Tszyu. I think Rolly gonna beat him. I'm leaning to it. Maybe I want Rolly to beat Tszyu because I don't like Tszyu. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, I just thought I'll let y'all in on some of the childhood traumas and stuff that had me, because I know I have told that I don't like scary ghosts. Well, I ain't never seen a ghost. Ghosts don't really bother me, but evil spirits, I don't mess with spirits. I don't mess with none of that. Dolly and Tszyu both some busters. Who the hell is? Oh, Rolly and Tszyu both some busters. Well, I'm thinking the Rolly buster gonna beat the Tszyu buster for sure. I'm thinking that he might go out there and get a surge of some of that Special Olympic strength rolling through his veins and shut Tszyu up. Tszyu should win. I agree with Moody Treyweather. Like you said, Tszyu should win because he's more seasoned fighter. You know, he got a amateur background and stuff like that. But Rolly, you know, something about Rolly. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the man that can call a whale, not a whale, he can call a frog from a whale, have grasshoppers and crickets chilling on the side of the pond, waiting for the fight to break out, because he calls it that well. The great Trey X. Go ahead and give him a hand.
And salute to everybody in the chat, man. What's up with it? I just wanted to talk about a couple of these fights that's taking place this weekend and shit. My bad for being late. I had to go down there and go get on my money and shit because I stayed home last week and you didn't do no live stream. So I said, man,
I was in Houston. I was in Houston. Me and Otis went down there to see Big E.
Yeah, I understand. But
and let me say before you start, because you here now. You ain't gonna let me leave. You ain't gonna let me lay that down, huh?
Not pissing on yourself out of fear, man. Nah, hell,
bro,
I can't relate to that,
bro. See, the reason I feel like it's hard for you to relate to because you born at a different time. You know, a lot of special effects and stuff is different. And you didn't have nobody in your auntie and them house doing seances and shit like that and fucking with Ouija boards and windows busting open and blowing it. You didn't have none of that. I lived through that shit. That shit, I'm telling you, it traumatized me. And to be in a room where you hear stuff like that, bro, I'm telling you.
Yeah. I was just fucking with you though, man. I know a lot of people scared of that motherfucking Exorcist back in the day. That's why
that was the popular shit. You know, it was scary. Those was when we seen that little girl head spin around. That, you know, back in that time, the biggest special effect was them being able to make lightning and thunder. They made this whole little girl head spin around, and then when she floated, the bed floated, and she floated up off the bed. All that was new to us.
Yeah.
That was top notch. That was our Marvel special effects. Our Exorcist was Marvel special effects today.
Yeah, I feel. I mean, I know that shit had everybody shook. Hell, Richard Pryor talked about how it had him scared. The motherfucking my uncles and shit. They said they was scared of that Exorcist when that shit first dropped. So I was just fucking with you. I don't know if they peed on themselves, but I was just messing with you.
Okay. You say, Grandpa wouldn't have been scared of the Exorcist. You're right. Grandpa probably would have been.
Yeah. Grandpa was tough. But before I get into the fights, man, let me give a couple of shout outs for the fights that happened last week. We had Tszyu Overton. He fought this Iron Man named Romer Alexis Angulo. I guess I got to say he a war machine because he got stopped one time, but it was a RTD. He got stopped on his feet. I think it was against David Benavidez, you know what I'm saying? So I don't count that against him too much. He's 43 years old, just went the distance against Tszyu Overton, who is coming off a stoppage over an Iron Man that had came off a layoff and shit. I can't even remember his fucking name. He tough as a motherfucker too. Went the distance with Christian and Billy and a few motherfuckers. I got him on that list I had dropped off in Discord, you know what I'm saying? But he went the distance against this, and Gulo went the distance against Overton. I still kind of got my eye on Overton though, because he is getting stoppages and all this type of shit, but some of them knockouts look like they was manufactured, you know what I'm saying? But he did go out there and get the decision over Romer, Alexis, and Gulo, so that was a good win for Overton. And then this Carolyn Veer or some shit like that, she fought this Bernice Ferreira and got disqualified this past weekend for holding excessively. I didn't see no hard warnings from the referee or no shit like that. She was winning basically every single round. And then all of a sudden, the referee just came out of nowhere and waved the fight off. I had posted off in Discord, they need to start an investigation over that shit.
Yeah, that stop. That was ugly.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on? This woman winning every round. Then you just gonna step in and stop the fight? So Troy Osley, he fought this past weekend against a national champion named Joseph Hicks. And Joseph Hicks gave him a little resistance early. He won the first 2 rounds. hurt Troy Osley with a right hand, made him do the stanky leg. But then Troy Osley got on his grind and he got back into the fight and he ended up taking the victory. You know what I'm saying? So that was good for him. I'm pretty sure y'all went over Claressa Shields and K. Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Claressa did her thing. Sofiani Umihar, he came back and got him a victory. They had put him in a ring with a veteran in his last fight, and he went out there and lost, but he bounced back with a good win for him. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Sofiani Umihar. And then this Terra Moana, that's his name. Two words in a row. Terra Moana. He a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He like a 4.5 on the scale or some shit like that. He kind of remind me of Lennox Lewis, the older version, when he had the locks and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, the younger when he was kind of slim and he had the box. I'm talking about the older version with the locks. He a very skillful and intelligent fighter. He getting a bunch of knockouts, but he not pressing the issue, forcing knockouts. He letting knockouts come to him, and they coming to him early. He knocking motherfuckers out inside of 2 rounds. He just went out there and knocked out another motherfucker. They taking them slow though. You know what I'm saying? He called out 3 fighters, and all 3 of them were some fighters I ain't never heard of. But he say he want to go over there and get the Australian heavyweight championship belt. So he calling out the people that's in the way of that. So he getting taken slow because he just fighting on the domestic level. But after he get done with all that and he go to the world level, I think he gonna be somebody that's gonna be tough to deal with. He a big motherfucker. He light on his feet. He got some good skills. He got some good athleticism. He got some outstanding power, a lot of confidence. He is a little older though. I think he's like 28, 29 or something like that. And that is a little old for a prospect. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's gonna be tough to deal with. So y'all keep an eye on Terra Moana. He knocking motherfuckers out. So on to the fights this weekend. I ain't gonna go through all of them, just a few of them. We got Amanda Serrano. She back in the mix this weekend. She probably go out there and whoop this woman ass, Lucretia Manzura or some shit like that. And the fights are on TikTok live. How the fuck
I said that too.
How the fuck I'm supposed to watch some fights on TikTok live? You know what I'm saying? But that's what it's on. We're gonna have to find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. We got this Avius Griffin. He coming back this weekend. He going against Jackson Maringuez. Jackson Maringuez is underrated to me. You know what I'm saying? He should have got the victory over Rolly Romero. That would have changed the whole trajectory of his career. But since he was the B side, they gave the victory to Rolly. But this man went out there and outboxed that motherfucker all night. He had a pretty good fight against Frank Martin, but he got stopped late in the fight. But he was coming off a layoff in that fight. You know what I'm saying? But he gonna fight back though. He going against Avius Griffin. Like I said, he coming off the loss and shit like that. But he got a little amateur background. He coming from Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. But he off in there with somebody that's gonna fight back and offer some resistance. So that's one to look forward to. Rolly Romero and Teofimo Lopez, like you said, that's probably the fight of the weekend, and we just gonna look at names. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm not just overly interested in the fight, to be honest with you. But I do think Rolly got a chance to go out there and beat Teofimo because Teofimo took a loss that I don't like when he lost to the guy from Australia. He's a little smaller than Rolly. He got a few fights where he probably should have a few more losses under his belt that he don't have. Like when he fought against Jermaine Ortiz, he lost that fight. Sandro Martin should have beat him. You know what I'm saying? But I think this gonna be a tough fight for him. But if I got to go with the scale, I got to go with the 4. And that's what Teofimo is. And then we do got a variable as far as familiarity. These people know each other very well. They done a lot of sparring and shit. They consider each other friends. So I don't know how that's gonna play into the fight. You know what I'm saying? And I heard Rolly. They asked him, "Is this gonna be a tough fight?" He was like, "Yeah, man, this motherfucker was a Olympian and all this kind of stuff." So it looked like he putting that out there. Like he probably should be the favorite. This motherfucker an Olympian and former unified champion and all that type of shit. So it looked like Rolly might have it in his head, in his mind, that he's supposed to lose this fight. And he couldn't say that about Ryan. Ryan was not an Olympian. Ryan was not a unified champion, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think, but if he was, he damn sure ain't have as many belts as Teofimo. So it looked like Rolly might be putting him on the pedestal a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like how he responded to that. Fuck the Olympian and all that kind of stuff. You got to get your mind right so you can go whoop this motherfucker. Don't put him on a pedestal. You know what I'm saying? But that kind of makes me want to take Teofimo. A very interesting fight this weekend is Victor Santillan. He going against Gary Antonio Russell. That's the middle brother of the Russell brothers. Victor Santillan is one of my favorite fighters. He's a southpaw. They come from Costa Rica, if I'm not mistaken. He won bronze at the Central American and Caribbean Games. He the one bets for us. For some reason, they always make the man the underdog, and he go out there and be knocking them off. And they make him a big underdog too. We be getting 5-1 odds and all this type of crazy shit. He do got one loss that can be considered a bad loss because he went over there to Japan and he lost to Tenshin Nasukawa. And Tenshin Nasukawa ain't no 4.5 and no shit like that, but he is very talented though. He got some of the fastest hands in boxing. He been around fighting for a long time in general, even though it wasn't boxing. You know, he was doing the kickboxing and all kind of karate, martial arts shit and all that type of stuff. But he seemed like he got a pretty good handle on boxing. He got a good understanding of the sport, good gas tank, a will to win, big support from the crowd and all that type of shit. But he did get the victory over my guy, Victor Santillan. But I think that Santillan got a good chance to win this Gary Antonio Russell fight. Gary Antonio Russell ain't been active in general in his career. He coming off a year layoff. You know what I'm saying? And I think he like a 3 on the scale. So we got a 3 going against a 4.5. This man won bronze at the Central American and Caribbean Games. He out there whooping them Cubans and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? This is a battle-tested veteran type of fighter, Victor Santillan. And I think it's going to be tough on Gary Antonio Russell. Now, this right here is what I kind of consider the fight of the weekend. And that's this Yoeli Hernandez. He is a man to watch in all of boxing. This motherfucker is Cuban, but he ain't like the Cubans that we used to. Like, you know how, like normally the Cubans like to get out there and box a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Be on the outside, hit you and not get hit and all that type of stuff. But these modern Cubans, they starting to be more offensive. Like we look at Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz last fight, he went out there and knocked out an Iron Man. A motherfucker that had 8 losses and ain't never been stopped. And he went out there and got stopped by Andy Cruz. They being offensive. Well, this is another example of that with Yoeli Hernandez. This dude is throwing punches in bunches. I'm talking about he working. He got he stopped a bona fide Iron Man in Terrell Gausha in his last fight. Even though I felt like the stoppage was premature, you know what I'm saying? Because he hadn't went down. He was still on his feet. He was still trying to make a little something happen, but he was taking a lot of damage, though. He was taking a lot of punches from this guy. But to go out there and stop Terrell Gausha under any circumstances is pretty impressive. I got to give him that. He going against Francisco Verón, an Olympian that come from Argentina. You know them Argentinian fighters, they be tough anyway. He was in that tournament that was with Brandon Adams and Andre Kasarakis and all the motherfuckers. He had lost to Brandon Adams by decision in that tournament. You know what I'm saying? But he pretty tough. He take a good shot. He got some long arms. He can box a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is going to be a good test for Yoeli Hernandez. He probably going to win the fight, but I won't be surprised if he win the fight by decision. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to talk y'all to death about all these fights. Y'all just make sure y'all pay attention to those right there, especially the Yoeli Hernandez fight. He might end up being the number 1 fighter at 160. I don't know who I would favor over him at 160. He only got 10 fights, but he a 4.5 on the scale. I got to refresh my memory on exactly what he won, but I know he up there. Hell, he might be a 5, but the motherfucker is devastating in that ring. I'm talking about punches and bunches. He gonna whoop your ass from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. I'm talking about these punches are coming. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to be watch him. You know what I'm saying? So y'all check that shit out this weekend. Once again, me and y'all said we'll most likely be on the Discord watching fights. We on the MMA, we watching the boxing and all that type of shit. So if y'all ain't doing nothing, Y'all want to check out some fights, y'all jump on the Discord and come check the fights out with us. Appreciate you letting me get that off one time, OG. You know what I'm saying? I know
No
you
problem.
said I know you say you're trying to get off and all that. Salute to everybody off in the chat. I ain't gonna talk you out to death. I'm gonna get with you.
I appreciate you sliding through and dropping that off on us. Be prepared for me to go ahead and do something big in Champ Ross this week and next week, because he said it's gonna be 20 fights.
Be prepared for me to go ahead and do something
And
big.
that's
Champ Ross
right
this
there.
week and next week, because he said it's gonna be 20 fights. Be prepared for me to go ahead and do something big.
Yeah, that threw me off. He says it's gonna be $50 in the top rankings with 20 fights to pick from. So yeah, I'm about to make a move. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody stopping through. Oh yeah, Yasser can't be upset with me. I put in 3 hours and 40 minutes, so I can't be sued. Yeah, I'm staying on point. With that, do I even want to play something? Oh yeah, I do got a new track that we supposed to be getting pushing out. I'm gonna give y'all an idea. Let me see if I told y'all we doing a song called MAGA. I did say that. I didn't know what happened. I got off. Okay, bro, I feel you. MAGA, make ass great again. But that ain't the song I'm about to play. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna just give y'all this, this is what we're working on. It's just the hook in it and the beat. I just want y'all to check out the beat. And with that, I'm gonna say I appreciate everyone that came through and hung out with your boy. Watch those movies, man. Go check them out and see the MZ is telling you, man. The movies I'm telling y'all, there's some good movies. Odyssey, The Long Walk, The Death of Robin Hood, The Last House, and Spider-Man. Gotta put that Spider-Man in there. And with that, bring them out, and I'm out.
One vest for the chest plates, 2 clips for the guns. Deep breath on the 3rd count, on the 4th count, make 'em run. 4 bodies on the concrete, 3 of them lives are done. 2 bullets in the last clip, now there's only one. One vest for the chest plates, 2 clips for the guns. Deep breath on the 3rd count, on the 4th count, make 'em run. 4 bodies on the concrete, 3 of them lives are done. 2 bullets in the last clip, now there's only one. One vest for the chest plates, 2 clips for the guns. Deep breath on the 3rd count, on the 4th count, make 'em run. 4 bodies on the concrete, 3 of them lives are done. 2 bullets in the last clip, now there's only one. One vest for the chest plates, 2 clips for the guns. Deep breath on the 3rd count, on the 4th count, make 'em run. 4 bodies on the concrete, 3 of them lives are done. 2 bullets in the last clip, now there's only one. One vest for the chest plates, 2 clips for the guns. Deep breath on the 3rd count, on the 4th count, make 'em run. 4 bodies on the concrete, 3 of them lives are done. 2 bullets in the last clip, Now there's only one. One vest for the chest plate, 2 clips for the gun. Deep breath on the 3rd count, on the 4th count, make 'em run. 4 bodies on the concrete, 3 of the lives are done. 2 bullets in the last clip. Now there's only one. One vest for the chest plate, 2 clips for the guns. Deep breath on the 3rd count, on the 4th count, make 'em run. 4 bodies on the concrete, 3 of them lives are done. 2 bullets in the last clip. Now there's only one. One vest for the chest plates, 2 clips for the guns. Deep breath on the 3rd count, on the 4th count, make 'em run. 4 bodies on the concrete, 3 of them lives are done. 2 bullets in the last clip. Now there's only one.